Looking for something new and dark and humor, space exploration, time travel, alternate history? I'm always looking for something in alternate history. They're all in the L100% Writers of the Future anthology. Get the 10-volume box set, 159 stories, full color illustrations, plus 34 articles with writing and artist tips. Make sure you get it from us. Go to the UPRN website, uprntalkradio.com. Go right there and get it. You get it there for $125. If you go to Galaxy Press, it's $185. So go through us and click and go get it. Leave a little note saying we love you and, Joe sent us and stuff like that. But go check it out. So anyway, on that note, we're going to move on because we have a lot of stuff to cross. And then we also have Tom Wood joining us. And I know y'all just love that lovely music we got playing in the background. That was just so wow. I wanted to start.
I couldn't hear your wonderful voice, Joe.
I wanted to start dancing and moving and stuff. And ooh,
the age of Aquarius.
I know, the age of crazy. Oh yeah. Well, I found out today we're so low on the killer thing. So they were showing the 10 crookedest, evilest zodiacs, right? Gemini is 12, Aquarius is 11. So we're like, we're not even on there, man. Them Virgos and shit, that was different. Taurus and stuff. I was like, damn, man, where's my gun?
What, Scorpio number 1?
I don't remember. I'd have to ask. But it was funny when we were doing it. It was just one of them stupid things you see on TikTok and things like that. Marshall, no, I thought we was live and we weren't. I was just chattering away. Oh yeah, man. Well, it's just one of them things. No, we're gonna bring Tom Wood on in about 5 minutes. I'm gonna drop him an email in just a few minutes. But before we do that, I mean, really, really quick. First off, we're gonna do this story first. So the Russians were bragging about shooting down a plane, and guess what?
It was their own.
It was their own plane. It was their own plane.
That's kind of like the old joke. Do you know why the Polish Navy has glass bottoms?
See the Polish. Oh yeah,
so they can see the old Navy. Polish Navy. Oh, there they are.
We usually throw Italian in there, Jay. We throw Italian.
You gotta leave them Dagos alone. You live up close to New York, man. They'll come get you.
They're flooded out, dude. They're flooded out.
That's true. They are. I've been hearing horror stories about the subways and the water main that broke and stuff. So I've been seeing a lot of these. So first off, if you've been following the impeachment of Uncle Cracker, everybody's been saying, all the big media companies and all the Democrats, there's no evidence. Look at me on camera. There is no evidence. AOC. None whatsoever. No evidence. Uh-oh. So New York Times and the New York Post and NBC have all now said, well, the new evidence, the no evidence claim about Biden's corruption is looking increasingly ridiculous. So the more and more stuff is coming out, and they just can't get away from, including some of the stuff with these bank accounts. I mean, I don't know who's going to be president. Really and truly, I'm scared now because the Camilla could serve 2 years as president of the United States. Well, 1 year president of the United States. I'm just scared, man.
Well,
nope, don't even want to think about it. Just scares the hell out of me.
Wouldn't they come back and could they impeach her too?
Maybe depends what role she played, what she knew, and when she knew. Now, she knew that he was all like this in the beginning. She could go, and then McCartney would be president. The Speaker of the House takes over. And but the Democrats will fight that tooth and nail. You can bet your know what on that. No, Jack, they did impeach. I'm sorry. They didn't indict Trump. No, okay. And being indicted is not the same thing as being found guilty. So what the judge said is there was plenty enough evidence. He didn't even give him a trial, which may be challenged later on down the line because this judge is an anti-Trump judge. Two of these judges that are doing this case against Trump are actually well-spoken anti-Trump judges. So the fact that they haven't recused themselves gives Trump an out. When he gets to the Supreme Court, they'll just say, no, it was unconstitutional. I'm sorry. You can't, there's plenty of evidence
press about me, switch it over.
You should have recused yourself. Yeah. So those kind of things. What do you mean? Do I think Trump's going to be found guilty? I think he's going to be found guilty in New York and in D.C. I think he's going to be found innocent in Georgia and somewhere else. But in D.C. and New York, I think he's going to be. The problem with the New York cases, a lot of them seem to be past the statute of limitations. There's 30 of them. And this bunch of them seem to already be passed. And 2 of them are kind of bordering on the line of misdemeanor. So what they're trying to get him for is saying that he was worth more than he was. He was going to banks and saying this. Okay, well, there's a little fundamental problem with this, right? Banks check your credit score and banks check how much money you got. Banks generally know how much. I can tell you what, my bank not only knows how much money I got, they know who I owe to, how much I owe to. I mean, I can go to damn Karma site now and every business I do is on there.
And they can look at your credit score any day of the week too. They know what it is.
So, trying to say that Trump was lying to the banks, that's going to be a hard one to sell.
Yeah, that sounds kind of like ignorance of the law. Just because you didn't know doesn't mean it didn't happen. Come on,
I'm worth $6 billion instead of $4 billion. Okay, you lied. That's true, but there's no way the bank was just going to loan you money.
Hello, politician.
You just said, but that's what I'm saying. The bank ain't going to loan you money. Look, if I could go tell the bank right now, hey, look, I made $5 million this year. They're still going to check me out before they go give me a loan for $1 million.
Yeah.
That kind of brings up another point that I have about it's a grievance point that I have on some of these very rich people that go in for office. It should be against the law. And I was going through my memories on Facebook and I saw all this meme. I put it back up. It should be, and it's something I replied to. I said that it should be illegal that you are independently wealthy, yet you have to ask everybody to give money to you for free to become president. No. That campaign should be coming out of your back pocket. You shouldn't be able to ask your own companies, your friends, or the general public for funds to become a president. Pay for it on your own dime. Why do they have to get funds from us? I think it's criminal.
Well, there's a lot of things that are criminal. No, Mike. We're going to bring Tom on right now, and then we got other news. We still got to cross over later tonight, later in the show. Yeah, we'll probably have time for an hour and a half, and then we'll be catching some other news. What do you mean? No, I seen a story about they found Amelia Earhart. Somebody said they found her alive, and I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, then
Born in
prove
1904.
It. Prove it." And then somebody else said she was 86. I said, "I don't think that's correct." I said, "I think y'all better go do your math." Let's see. Cortez. What's that? Yeah, Cortez spots Biden hearing moment that shows Republicans know it's cooked. I don't think the Republicans know they're cooked. There's a Huffington Post article.
Yeah.
So
sorry.
I don't know if y'all know who Huffington Post is, but the Huff, no matter what's going on, no matter what it is and how bad it is against the Democrats, it will never come out bad with the Huffington Post ever. They are the most degenerate, back-asswards news group I have ever seen. They will lie and lie and lie and lie. I said this one time. They said, well, we're going to see you mouthpiece. I said, come on, let's go to court. I said, buddy, y'all lie a lot. Let's see what's going to happen. But, what are you going to do? Cortez is, I noticed AOC's been hiding out lately. She's been staying down low, keeping herself out of the limelight. I guess she's scared she might get impeached too. What was that? Well, I'm not really worried about North Korea. Frankly, North Korea is not that big of a threat to the United States. It's a big threat to South Korea, but it's not a big threat to us.
And other parts of Southeast Asia. How big is North Korea? It's like the size of New Jersey.
So,
I feel like New Jersey attacking California. It's not a good idea.
No. Okay. So the only way North Korea's even got a chance is China has to back them because we'll roll over them just like we rolled over Iraq. Remember, Iraq had the biggest standing army at the time in history. 1.5 million men armed and trained and ready to fight. And in less than 6 months, they were walking out in the woods in the desert with their guns over their head saying, please take us.
It took us all about 15 minutes to take out their entire air force in the opening of that conflict. So,
well, North Korea is not any more advanced than they are. There may even be less. China's more advanced than they are, but still China. In a head-to-head fight, China can't win. Nope. There's been a lot of talk about that, and even China won't go around saying they can. They just keep building shit. But anyway, we gotta get our guests. Oh no, what I mean they're building shit all over the place. But China got a problem with building stuff. I noticed their last carrier, which is their carrier, was kind of crappy. And this new one looks kind of nice. It's a little bit smaller than the our latest one, the Ford, but when you look at it, you can already tell it's not quite the quality of what we expect out of an aircraft carrier. Linda, did you know that you can't sink our aircraft carrier even in a hurricane? Yeah, they can't be sunk that way. Now, as long as all the hatches are battered, there's no way to sink them. They can bop around, flip upside down, be tossed under pup, and it'll still be floating. Plus, unless it's a nuke, you can take several direct torpedo hits and bombs to the decks. Well, they're a little different now. That's why they get rid of the Nimitz class. Nimitz class didn't have some of the new features of the Ford class. They, I'm not going to say anything because I'm sure some of this shit is classified. And I don't want to get in trouble. They just have new special things on their decks and places to make them less vulnerable to bombs. That's all I can say. Plus, they got phalanx and guns like that that can blow up anything. I still didn't understand.
Awesome.
Well, I didn't understand when they came out and said, hypersonic missile, we're in trouble. I'm thinking, we got phalanx. Hypersonic Mach 5, Mach 6 bullets. Them things can easily shoot that down. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about here? Even if they're traveling Mach 9, they can still shoot it down.
Wow.
I'm thinking because we're going to know it's coming for at least 2 miles.
As long as you can get a radar track on it, yeah. I mean,
that's
radar operated 20 millimeter repeating cannon. I mean, it shoots out a football field wide.
But at 3 miles, you can see it. You don't even have to have a
shotgun.
radar track. You can see it by eyesight. So I don't know.
Yeah, they can be remote control operated too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you this much. One of them knocked my dad on his
minutes.
ass when he was on a Navy boat years and years ago doing Navy trials.
It's I was on the Nimitz, guys. Yeah, I've shot a few weapons.
I was on the Independence.
Yeah. Oh man, Independence was dangerous, man.
Yeah, they mothballed her, brother.
Man, that shit was dangerous.
Yeah,
man.
it was.
It was almost as bad as the forest dog. It caught on fire. All kinds
Forest
of
fire. They called the USS Forest Fire.
That's my stepson Sam was on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he actually got a couple of accommodations on it. Yeah, he was stationed on it. Yeah, he was I don't know what he was, like an ensign or something. He wasn't even that. He was like the guy who, the guy who kept all the records for the captain. He wasn't an officer. He was enlisted.
He was a yeoman.
Yeah, probably. Yes, that's probably what he was. So, and he had a cushy job, man.
I was a cook. I had the best job, dude.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell y'all one thing, guys and girls. One thing about the Navy, they feed you good.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what you on, unless you're on some crappy frigate or something. Even the frigates get food good. I mean, maybe if you're on a cargo ship, but man, we got steak like 4 times a week. They gave you double portions, and we didn't. And we ate great. Well, we got on board. I can't say what it was, but anyway, there was a sub pulled up for a subtender, and we were on board, and they were letting us eat. Shit, they had lobster and shit. They had it fucking made, man.
Friday's lobster and steak on a sub.
Yeah, it is.
Tuesday's taco night. Wednesdays is pizza. You do not starve.
They get the top of the line food. I was on the sub tender up in Holy Rock, and oh my God, they got top of the line everything.
Oh yeah, that's how they are.
There was no soybean burgers. They got no soybean burgers. They got real burgers.
I was officer of the deck, and I remember I'm sitting on there. I'm on the deck. I'm doing my job, and the command tower calls down. I get on the tower. He said, "Look, there are gonna be some things coming up." He said, "I want you to do business as usual, but we're gonna have a tender come along and start giving us stuff." And he said, "But I want you to make sure keep anybody away from the side of the ship. It's off limits." Except for the people working the tender, because they were running long lines, bringing it into the middle of the deck. They didn't want them on the side. So I walk over there, I look over, fucking submarine just cruising along in between us, man. Just sitting in there, minding. And I mean, dude, when I say there ain't much space, it was maybe 15 feet on each side of that sub. I don't even think there was that much. I think it's like 10 feet on each side of that sub. And it was just cruising.
And we were moving. The sub was below the keels, and all you had was the mast sticking up between the
we were just cruising along, and they had lines going down to it, and they were stocking it up. And they rarely ever let you see them. The only time we got to go down is we were doing joint duty in the Pacific, and they had stop day. They crossed the equator. So if you're a rookie, you got to go out there and get painted on and kicked on and shit.
I crossed it 4 times.
Yeah, I only crossed it twice, but still, it's both on reserve duty, no less, too. What do you mean, John? No, so depending on what ship you're on, it varies. The carriers are really a pain in the ass about it. They get you out there crawling around, moving those things, spray paint and shit. They're assholes, is all I can say. No, everybody goes through. I don't give a shit who you are. You're going through initiation. Yep. You're getting off the ship. Oh no, they don't play with that. That's
when you first start. When you first start, you're a polywog. When you first enlist,
that's true.
When you cross the equator, then you become a shellback. And when you cross that equator, the captain is no longer in charge of the ship. It's Davy Jones.
It's Davy Jones.
But you know what? Real quick, Joe, before you go on, right? Real quick, I got another Navy story, and this is the truth. So I was on the tender. And we were loading coffee, right? They, honest to God, had Marines stationed at each place with their guns and officers with their 45s or whatever they carried when we were loading coffee on board.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
You'd be surprised some of that stuff's value in trade. We were, where were we? We were. See, this son of a bitches, they sailed by Hawaii 4 times. I never got to go. I got to watch it go by. I got to get all the planes off because I was on duty. They wouldn't let me off. We were reserved, so we had to stay on while everybody else got to go on leave. And so I was there launching jets because, we can't have jets anytime when either near or ported. No jets are allowed to be on top of the deck, or anywhere on the thing because of Pearl Harbor. And I remember a friend of mine said, "Why are we doing this? We're sending all these jets to all these different bases." I said, "That's in case Pearl Harbor happens again. We got jets all over the freaking place, not just all lined up in one place that the enemy can just go and wipe them all out." I said, "You know how expensive it is to wipe out like 50 F-35s, man, F-22s, and so we don't want that shit going on."
It's an F-22, like 80 billion a piece, something like that.
Yeah, expensive. Carmen, somebody asked me that the other day, why only the Air Force flies the F-22s? They're beastie aircraft. There's in a lot of ways, they're better than the F-35. But they do call them widowmakers, and they have legit reasons why. Their planes they beastify. They can kill an enemy before they even see him. So in the F-22, the system it has right now can identify a Russian MiG at about 5 miles before the Russian MiG can see us. They can easily take it out.
Yeah.
And with the features of hypersonic missiles, they're not even going to have a prayer. They're just going to get smashed. No, the Chinese radar is not even as good as the Russians. The Russians actually got some good equipment. They're just not. It's like they're using all their crappy crap in the Ukraine, trying to get rid of it and expend it and stuff. So look, guys, right now the Russians currently have, I don't know, about 1,500 tanks and about 500,000 people along the Polish border. They could turn that around, They could just roll over the Ukraine if they wanted to. I mean, really, Ukraine doesn't have anything to stop that. I mean, nothing. They just would and Ukraine would be dust. But they're not doing that. So you got to wonder what all this is really about. And now Putin's kind of saying, well, look, let's talk peace. What Zelensky's going to get himself killed. Because the other day, Biden tore him up about, no, we want to talk peace with the Russians because Putin's talking about talking peace. Well, Zelensky wants everything back. He wants Crimea and all the other places back, or it's a no-go. I think you'll get everything but Crimea back. But will he take that deal is really the question, isn't it?
If he takes that deal, he's no longer getting money from us, dude.
That's true.
Yeah.
But if he don't take that deal and the Republicans win, he ain't getting no more money either. So we don't want to keep tying up stuff. And now we send in Avery tanks over there. Why would we send? I don't even understand that. That's putting not top of the line because they're at the bottom of the Averys, but still, why would we send them over there? Why would we even risk the Russians getting their hands on one of these tanks? That just makes no sense to me whatsoever.
Maybe we're trying to get rid of some stuff that we don't need anymore.
Yeah, but even Class A Abrams got some pretty serious systems on board it. I mean, these things can fire at 50 miles an hour and hit their target easily. No, they're beastified tanks. Now they got the Avery M something something A something something. That's got all kind of new fire systems on board it. And the Averys have got those exploding sides on them. So on the side of an Avery, there's packs all around it. Well, if a shell hits it, the pack explodes and pushes the explosion away from the tank instead of into the tank.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's I only said that because that's old technology. And now they're supposed to have electronic pulse. So we'll see how true that is if we go to war with somebody.
So they can send an EMP at a missile and knock it out of the air before it even hits them.
Yeah, but they got a shielding that's it's supposed to be energy field overlaid until it becomes so dense that nothing can penetrate it. And it's supposed to engulf the tank. So I have not personally seen them, people, but I've heard a lot about them. And I do know that they've upgraded the packed parts of the tank too. That's all stuff y'all can find out. No, none of that's classified, people. Sorry. I'm not getting in trouble with the Fed. I'll have to tell them my name is Jack. My name's Jack, man. Go check it out on the radio show. That's my name. Yeah, I'm Jack.
You have to delete the file too, so they can't catch you.
Yeah, y'all can send stories in. Guest hasn't time hasn't showed up yet, so I mean, if y'all want to send stories in, feel free. Let me put it where I can catch them. And well, we already talked about Cracker, and the thing about them shooting down their own plane, that shit's just funny.
On a serious
Powerball
note,
worth $1 billion. Oh man, I need a ticket. Oh
yeah.
Hey, on a serious note, I just read something on TikTok that there's not going to be a lockdown now for 30 days. Did you read anything about that?
Well, there's not going to be any lockdown because there's going to be World War III if there's a lockdown in this country. I read a lot of stuff about Biden's going to lock it down. Biden is trying to lock it down in the middle of next year. So the next election is him in the basement again. And everybody's mailing in votes so they can cheat again. And wait. On something tied to this. So Texas and Georgia, and I think it's Florida, are suing to guarantee free speech on social media. Meaning that Facebook and YouTube can't kick your material off because they don't necessarily agree with it. So it's going to court.
That sounds
so
extremely fair.
Yeah. So they're saying that there's because the Texas governor said, well, there's no way these people they got hired can actually know what is real and what's not. And it said there was so much stuff that the Fed said about COVID that turned out to be wrong that we have to allow these kind of information out there because it may save lives. So I don't know where it's going to end up. It's going to be interesting to see it go down though. What's it, Billy Ray? I don't know. I mean, when it comes to Biden and how Biden's going to work this out, I don't know. As far as lockdowns, I'm telling you now, the Republicans have got the House. There's not going to be any lockdowns. They'd have to take the House away from them and keep the Senate and the presidency away from them to be a lockdown. It's not going to happen. No. Because I can already tell you half the country is going to rebel. I'm not sure if the freaking blue states aren't going to rebel. Don't actually, the only two states I think will go along with this is New York and California. And I'm not even sure if the citizens there are going to go along with it. Because it's bullshit.
And DC might side with those two states too, but DC's not state.
DC. So. You know my favorite TikTok thing, bullshit. That's what this is. It's,
the
little kid. I love that shit. I want to find out who made it because I want to use the thing. I want to put it on one of our things on the station. Bullshit. Actually, I want to have it as a thing, over here and play it. With
like a button,
yeah. One of the guests is saying it's like bullshit. Oh man, I'll probably lose all kind of guests. But anyway, I see Tom's trying to get in. We'll have to wait until he gets pretty over there. What's that, Carolyn? No, we're getting ready to bring the guest on. I just seen him pop in the queue. You can do one more. Well, I mean, like I said earlier, we had Hillary Clinton, or Murder Clinton, as everybody liked to call her, and I better be nice because the guest is from Arkansas. But we had the Apprentice and Killer Hillary
Clinton,
Killer Clinton, and whatever the hell, however they say it. And I wasn't voting for either one of them. I was scared, man. I didn't even want to say I didn't vote against Hillary because you never know. You might hear at your door. Now, with the drones, see, but never said you wouldn't vote for Obama because a drone might have showed up at your house back in the day. Oh, no, people, really. I don't know. It's looking bad for Biden, but I don't think Biden's going to have a stroke or not. I think he'll make it till the end of his presidency.
Yeah, money will keep you alive. He may not know where he is, but he'll be alive.
Even if he gets impeached, they're going to probably drag this out to as close as they can get it because they do not want to let Kamala Manella be president.
Not even for one day.
Well, no, Jack, you can't say that because she wasn't the first Black elected woman. No, she got given the job. Yeah, so if something happens to Biden, she gets to take over. She's not an elected official. No, sorry. She can't say she's first elected. She's got to be out there on her own doing it.
Yeah, going through impeachment doesn't count.
Look, the last one who was put in this position was Ford.
Ford.
And let's be honest, he was kind of out there. I mean, but he only had 2 years there, 2.5 years or something.
Yeah, but he fell down just as many times as Biden has.
Oh yes, I know. Anyway, guys, we're gonna bring Tom Wood on. Tom is a fabulous guy. He's a great illustrator. He's actually the one who illustrated the winning drawing. The one you see behind us, which is the cover of book 39. It's somewhere around me, and which I'll pull it out in a few minutes, and we'll go from there. He's got a lot of great work. But we're going to talk to him about something else he's been up to. So let's grab him and throw him in here. Where you at, Uncle Tom?
Joe.
Oh, that didn't come out right. I'm sorry.
Oh, good Lord.
We have people writing to me now, man. Oh, I can't be calling Uncle Tom. You live in Arkansas. That just doesn't work out. So, man, before I even let you introduce yourself, so how did the float go, man? I wanted to know because I didn't get to go.
Oh, the float was amazing. I mean, we had,
I was going to say that shit.
I say 40% bigger crowd than we had last year. Every year it's grown. And am I on camera, Joe? Did I pop up? Because I'm
no, not yet. We haven't seen your lovely face yet, but we'll keep an eye out for it.
All right, just want to make sure I have my camera on. But anyway, yeah, the float was unbelievable. Everyone had an amazing time. I think it's sort of exposing this group of people or the people that's been coming to the float to what it's like growing up in rural Arkansas on this gorgeous, pristine, prehistoric river. Has just changed a lot of their lives. A lot of them have told me that this is the event that they plan to go to every year.
Yeah, so I plan on attending next year. I got talked into Dragon Con because I actually told them I wanted to go see you this year. I said, well, Tom told me about this last year. I want to go see him. And then somebody said, oh, well, it's the same weekend at Dragon Con. I'm like, yeah, okay. And then I was like, oh, and then somebody tried to make me feel guilty. I said, all right, I'm going to.
Who made you feel guilty? Was that
we're not going to get in.
Emily made you feel guilty.
We're not going to get into who it was, but it was, but my sister lives in Arkansas too. I mean, in Atlanta. And, in Atlanta. Well, I got a lot of friends in Arkansas, and we used to spend a lot of time there. I used to do a lot of lectures up there, and there's a couple of speaks. One of the springs up there we used to go to where they did this little hippie lecture. And that's what I call it, the hippie lecture, because it's just a bunch of crystals, spring water, and hippies. And everybody was high as a freaking kite. It was a great, I'm not going to say it was great. I had a lot of fun. And I like those kind of lectures because I get to sit like on the end of the stage and talk to people. I feel like it's I don't know, I just like doing it better. I hate when I got to stand up there and put this PowerPoint on it. Because it's to me, it's just like doing some, I don't know, kind of sterilized lecture. I don't like doing it that way. But so you was out there catching a tan, floating down the river. People, this is a nice river. I looked this up. This place is nice, guys. I don't want to get y'all going up there because right, I don't want all y'all city people showing up.
No, bring them. The more the merrier. And the fact is, it's
city folk.
We have it at Minnie Ellen's Camp and Canoe, which is my family's campground. So, it's privately owned, and we control who comes in and out. So we make sure that everybody has a good time.
It sounds like it is. And so I said, yeah, I don't expect this. How did I say it? I said, don't expect me to see a Dragon Con next year unless somebody's sending me money or I'm making cash. I said, it's not going to happen, man. Well, we've set up the system now for pay-per-view. We've actually set it up for subscriptions and for pay-per-view. So we can do pay-per-view events on locations. And so we've been thinking about a couple of different locations. We're gonna really give it a test at the end of this month because a lot of people are going to be out for Halloween doing different stuff. But it's a whole different world with that. It's because people are nosy and they always want you to go do it. And I always tell people, it costs money to go out and do events. I said, you got to fly there, you got to rent a car, you got to get a hotel room, you got to
buy food.
You got to have people with you. I said, no, we got to make that money back. We're not in a charity organization here, man. Oh no, Chris, I don't know. I can't see him on cam.
Hold on.
Oh, you female. Okay, well, he's married. Yes, and I think I heard his wife was really good with a bow, so you better be careful. Well, I've actually seen it. I've actually seen it with a sword, so I'm just telling y'all, you better be careful, man. Just a fair warning. Well, I know a lot of you mean from Arkansas? Not a lot. I know a lot of people from Arkansas. I know a lot of people from Tennessee and Kentucky, and I don't know how to explain it, but it's like Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky. They're all kind of melded together. We let Texas come in, but Texas people are. But we still let them. We still let them join in the kind of what's the Gulf state? It's the Gulf Coast states plus their attaching states above them, basically.
Mm-hmm. Mid-South.
It's weird.
So, what do the Arkansas people think of people up north?
They think they're idiots. No, I don't know. I'm not speaking for you, Arkansas people. I'm sorry. The only people I can judge from Arkansas is Uncle Bill and Aunt Hillary. So you gotta love the Clintons, though. I mean, there's a lot of famous people come out of Arkansas, but unfortunately, I think they're going to be the most famous to come out.
Yeah, but not all of them deserve to be in jail.
Very good point. Very good point. What's that, Donnie? Hillary. I'll tell you what. All I can tell you about Hillary, because I don't want to spend the show on her. Just do a deep dive into Hillary Clinton, and she's been given credit for 134 deaths. Don't ask me why. Go look them up for yourself. And
and or supposed suicides.
So last election or election before, or no, one before when she was running against Trump. She went after one of Bernie Sanders' people. He's way up there with Seth. I can't remember his last name. And he was working for the campaign, really helping Bernie out. So the Clintons made him an offer. From what I heard, one of those kind of offers you can't refuse, but yet he refused the offer. So they found him dead, laying on a sidewalk, wallet, jewelry, everything intact. No blood, by the way, which means he was killed somewhere else for no reason. It was definitely a hit. Shot right at the bottom of the spine. There was a hit. And the only people he had seen or even made a little bit upset was the Clintons. I don't know what to tell you. Marsha, I don't know why she didn't have all them women rubbed out. I guess because it would have been too obvious. The only woman I think Clinton ever wanted to kill, Hillary ever wanted to kill, was Linda Tripp. I'm sure she would like to I'm sure, what's her name? What was the little 18-year-old girl that got caught?
Monica.
Yeah, Monica. I'm sure she'd like to kill Linda Tripp too. Yeah. Well, I mean, that poor girl had to go into hiding.
And still is, really.
Yeah. I mean,
this happened, 35, 40 years ago?
Yeah, I said this at the time. I said, really, I don't see what the big deal is. I mean, the French president got a damn mistress. The damn prime minister had a little side. So, I mean, only country that seems to get upset about these things is us. And so I'm thinking Hillary ain't got a problem with it. Why do we have a problem with it? But hey, what can you do? No, Bill was a dog. He's just who he was.
Yeah.
I mean, there was 7 women accusing him of stuff when he was running for president.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, as far as I know, Frankie, none of them were raped. They're just playing right. He likes
allegations were made, but nothing came of it. Yeah.
He likes strippers and hookers, and you wonder why he didn't get impeached? Because he didn't lie. So when he said he never had sex with Monica Lewinsky, by the definition of the term, he wasn't lying. Yeah, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, when they looked it up, and the Supreme Court actually sided on this. But there's a good-looking guy. Getting, what, is not actually having sex. So therefore, when he said that, he didn't lie. that one ruling saved him from being impeached.
He did lose his license to practice law.
Practice law.
The same thing for lying about something else during the trial. So, if you're a lawyer and you lie under oath, there goes your bar.
Oh, look at this good-looking guy, man. What's up, man?
Hey guys, sorry about that. Some technical difficulties.
Shit happens.
Right, no worries.
Ladies, there y'all go. Yeah, there y'all go. Well, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. I don't care. Yeah, I know he don't swing that way, so I'm not even have to ask him. What's? Yeah, we're not even going to. Yeah, we got a rowdy crowd. I had Jody Lynn on with me last night. They had a rowdy crowd for her too. They were giving her trouble last night. No, we're gonna stay away from the news a little while we're talking to Tom. So, we were asking him about what was going on at the float. So, he puts on his big event. Everybody can come hang out. Well, no, I don't think it's free, people. But y'all can come hang out and float down the river. Look, let's see, we cheat in the old days. We used to bring the pirogues with us and let everybody else get on the. So y'all can get on the damn little rubber tubes. We're gonna sit in the pirogue, and you gotta have an ice chest with you, pirogue. Put it in the back there. Put it in the middle or something. So do you post any pictures, any websites about this or anything?
Yeah, Joe. If anybody wants to, check out what it looks like, you can go to tomwoodfloat.com, and there's there's a gallery, or also it's on Facebook and on Instagram too, but tons of pictures of the events. So, we had like over 700 people that floated the river with us.
Dude, that sounds fun.
All at the same time. Of course, we had Shaggy 2 Dope, we had Hex, Kung Fu Vampire, all these huge acts in the underground rap scene was there. We had 2 stages going, a huge party tent. We had merch. We had food trucks. It was it's just a big event.
That's the way to go, people. That's
like a Southern Woodstock.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's on private property. It's on my uncle's.
That's the best thing right there.
So we can the cops don't get to come in and talk to any people.
Yeah. So
now, would that be the Arkansas River?
No, it's Spring River. Spring River, which is it boils out of the ground in Mammoth Spring, and it's the 10th largest spring in the entire world, and it feeds the entire river with this beautiful blue-green color, and it's a constant 62 degrees, so it's not warm unless you're there in August and so it's a lot. It gets a little bit warmer with the sun baking down on it, but for the most part, it stays pretty cool, which is nice when it's 100 degrees outside in late August. There you go. You can go to if you go to scroll down, you'll see gallery.
It's going down. Schedule.
Right there.
Oh, there it is. Gallery.
There's my people.
Holy crap!
Holy cow!
There you go, man.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, see, that's why I wanted to go. See, because I didn't know. I've known Tom for a couple of these events now, but I didn't know he did this until last year. And I was like, shit. I already told John I wanted to go. But I said, man, look. I said, this is right up my alley, man. Because I'm a coon ass by nature. So
there's one dude in the middle though, flipping everybody off. You see that?
Yeah, that's kind of like I don't know. It's kind of more of a friendly gesture in the Juggalo community.
Yeah,
that's just how you say
California howdy.
Yep.
Yeah. It's what was that? No. It's they just like look, everybody's smiling, everybody's happy. No, it's not the mud show. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Burning Man because they got rained out this year. It wasn't as bad as y'all think it was out there. I talked to a few people since then. Let me get where I can actually move this around because I'm playing with something else at the moment. Oh,
this is all chronological from day one as far as the campers. You can see some of the campground. You scroll down, you'll see we have 2 floats. We have the Friday Phuket float, and then we have Saturday is the big float. And we had like 5 buses, take us all up there at the same time and dump us in the river with canoes and rafts. So
that's the way to go, man.
Yeah.
Look at them out there. Nice river. It looks nice and cold too.
Oh, it's a beautiful river.
62 degrees.
That's one of the reasons. One of the rivers we go down here doing is the defunct, and you can still actually drink out of the. It's a spring-fed river, and you can still actually drink the water out the river. And it hasn't killed me yet. So, Carl, no, you're thinking up in northern Louisiana. No, that's not around here. But no, you can go to this. That's what I'm saying. Y'all get out
Yeah.
there, freeze your butts off. He does it right at the end of summer, which is nice because it means it's not murderous hot outside. Because it's been ridiculously hot down here. No, where I live, it's been unbearably hot. It's been stupid hot. See, nice, cool looking river hanging out. Little bust your ass right here, little thing. How y'all like my narration? It's
Well,
no,
scroll down. You can see how many juggalos we have on the river at once. It's pretty impressive to see us all going down the river at the same time.
Let's pop it right there. Go up.
Yeah, keep going. This is all right before the first float. We have music on.
Yeah, so see that they're
Thursday
jamming
night,
their asses out there.
Yeah,
It's so that's nice, guys. Summer night in Arkansas. It's nice out there. It's not ridiculously hot. Arkansas is a little cooler in the evening than it is down here. Not a lot cooler, a little. We're going to come back across through some of these pictures, Bruce. I see what you're saying.
but yeah, everybody has a great time. Everybody's so friendly at this event. There's no fights. There's no, everybody just gets along great. So yeah, it's a really good group of people. Oh, we have a Miss Float pageant.
It's got to be great.
Yeah, that's usually a lot of fun. There's some of us, that's some of the pictures of us floating down the river all the time.
Damn, yeah, you got a big group getting in here.
We
now.
got a gaggle of them
Hanging out and cruising down.
Yeah, that's me. You see in the lower left, that's me.
Oh, right. Oh, right here. Okay.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, I take one canoe. I'm the only guy that gets to take a canoe by himself.
Yeah, because the boss gets the canoe by himself. That's how that works. Oh man. Now canoes are nice, guys. You don't get rubber burn on your damn leg.
You don't get bumped off usually.
Yeah, and I don't know. I've always liked going in a canoe. Well, down here we rarely use canoes anymore. We just use the pirogues, but it's almost the same thing. Pirogues are made to be drug across the marsh because they got flat bottoms, so they don't get stuck.
Flat bottom and a big long pole.
Yeah, you can push your pull just about. Look at them all, man. Damn, they line up, getting ready to go.
Lord.
Yep.
How many total people?
Looks like we got a race.
This year we had 700 people.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
pushing 1,000.
Looks like
I'm
we got
hoping
a
next
race.
year.
Yeah, you probably are. We got a crawfish.
Is it a crawdad?
He got loose.
That ain't a crawdad, right?
Damn, look at
That's
all
too
that,
small.
man. That's a serious little crowd there. What is that, Jessica? No, we're on his website now, so you can look it up.
Yeah, it's TomWoodFloat.com. Check it out. I mean, the tickets, and it shows all the events. We have all these competitions too. Like I was saying, the Miss Float pageant is one thing, but we've got canoe races, raft races, we've got game tournaments, all kinds of competitions. It's something for everybody.
It's everybody looks every picture I see. I don't see a frowning face anywhere.
No, everybody has a blast.
Everybody looks like they're having a good time, just chilling out. Okay, these guys with these chairs might be having a hard time.
Yeah, those aren't our guys. Those are they kind of sit out there just to see if they can get some good glimpses of all the cute girls that are on the float.
Okay, we see what they're doing. All right, you can't blame them.
Yeah,
you can't blame them. Yeah, it looks. We back to the music now, or some of the music.
Yeah. So yeah, we got music on Thursday nights. We got music on Friday nights, Saturday nights, and Sunday nights. I mean, we really like 4 nights of music.
I don't know, Sarah. Sarah says, how late at night does it go?
Till about 4 a.m.
Damn, there you go. See, I knew this question was coming up. Everybody's having a good time. I don't know. What did you like? Pop up tents or something, or?
Yeah, I mean, there's RVs, campers, people do a lot of tents. But there's tickets for all that. If you wanted to bring a RV, it costs a little bit more. If you want electrical sites, electricity at your campsite, that costs a little bit more, but it's all extremely affordable in my opinion. For as much as you get, like $140 is admission, and that's camping for 4 nights, and it doesn't even count, all the entertainment, all these huge.
All this is all that float and all that's included in the campsite.
No, the float costs. If you want to rent a canoe, that's
That's separate.
That's extra. That's like $50.
Additional cost, yeah.
But it's
Great.
like an 8-hour float. I mean, you get your money's worth out of that, out of that
Yeah.
$50, sure.
Well, most you people should know somebody with a canoe or a kayak or something. Come on. I was just going to the chat room, but I don't think we could bring the big boat. I don't think you would fit. I think it gets stuck. That's what I think. He's talking about the Polo with his 24-foot 275 John Evan Ruth on the back. It's a beast. It's but no, it's not made for this kind of stuff, guys. Wait, what do we got going on here? We got some kind of contest.
Yeah, that's my canoe race and my raft race champions. You can see if you win, not only do you get bragging rights for the year, but you also win the Tom Wood Medal of Excellence.
There you go, guys.
Really gorgeous engraved ribbon that you get to put around your neck. It's highly sought after, very valuable.
Yeah, see, there you go. You got to get your asses down there. No, I don't know. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. So Marsha writes, well, is he making the medal since he's an artist himself?
Yeah, I designed the medals myself. All the all the graphics, the website I designed. But on top of fantasy art, Joe, a big portion of my work is graphic design and commercial, corporate commercial art. So doing this all myself and making it look, pretty cool is a lot of fun. So I've got complete control of this since I'm the boss.
Yeah, that's a plus right off the bat. Nobody telling you, oh, you got to do this, use this color, do that design. That's a plus right off the bat.
Absolutely.
Well, no, guys, you can see they're having a great time. We're just scrolling. You can see everybody's having a good time. Oh no, Frank. Tom is one of the illustrator judges for Writers of the Future. That's what you're talking about. But he's also a very talented artist, and maybe if we got time, we'll pull up some of his work. But he's very talented and has a lot of customers. We'll just leave it at that. You can see some of it. I mean, you can go. What's your regular site? TomWood.com or? Well,
you can go if you wanted to see my fantasy art stuff. You could go to TomWoodFantasyArt.com. But if you wanted to see a lot of my corporate artwork that I have with clients like Pepsi and the NFL and Frito-Lay and big clients like that, you could go to MeridianDesignWorks.com, and that's my corporate side.
Yes. No, we've actually showed it on past shows with him. Yes. I mean, if you're too lazy to go, you can go watch any one of the 3 shows we've done with Tom Wood and see the work. Well, actually, no, we got to get him to do a dragon because we have Larry Elmore and April so we're doing a dragon contest. We're going to give something away later this year.
Wait a second. Are we going to go live and try to do an all-draw dragon?
I'm thinking instead of just letting them submit, I say we bring everybody on. We set up a time, how much of a time, and then we can be talking and doing other stuff while y'all are doing it. I think.
That would be amazing. Get me and Larry and Dan DeSanto.
Dan. Yes, I didn't even think about Dan, but yes, no, it'd be great. No, we were talking about when Larry was on last time. We were talking about it, and I said, well, I had Larry in April on a couple of months back, but I had Larry on just recently. And I said, no. I said, I have to talk to Tom next time he's on. I said, because all y'all draw great dragons. And I said, we'll just have to figure out, maybe we'll put a pay-per-view event up or something and do a charity event. We can all agree on some charity and just donate whatever comes in from the pictures to charity, unless it's really big. And then we'll have to discuss that. Well, no, Christopher. No, actually, Chris, I've seen things where you'll see a few $1,000s come in, but every now and then the right thing can really bring in some, well, what's his name's book brought in $42 million off of Kickstarter. Yes. I mean, and then I've seen a couple of things come in recently where people have done things that just got picked up in $1.5 million, $2.5 million, $3.5 million. Well, you get lucky sometimes. Oh, me? No, I'm going to work till I die. That's just how it is, man. I've accepted that part of my life. It's just how it's going to be. But in all fairness, I enjoy it. I get to meet people like Tom and a lot of other fun people. And Tom, see, that's another reason I want to go to Flow, because I already know Tom is fun. Yeah, I know from other
bad reputation.
Yes, and
Writers of the Future. Everybody says
he is a bad influence on me, people. God.
Who, me? I'm a bad influence on you?
Okay, no, you know what it is? Echo is a bad influence on both of us. There we go. There we go. She's not here. No, actually, everybody there is really good. I mean, Tom is very approachable. Yes, and he's not like me where he gets asked the same question 50 million times and goes, really? You know, I'm honest these days. I just say, you know what? I appreciate the question, but why don't you go listen to one of my archives? And because I've some things I've said so many times that I don't want to say it anymore. Well, I'm just to the point where I'm like, no.
Yeah, that's one of the great things about having Joe at Writers of the Future is because I think me and Larry and Echo are very nurturing to these young people, and they just need a kind of a dose of what real life is like. So when they talk to Joe and he's very blunt,
yes, I got in trouble for that one year. Thank you very much.
Did you really? I mean, I think it's good for them. They need to have a little dose of reality.
I was asked not to scare them. So I'm not scared. I'm just being honest with them. I mean, when you get it, PR is a bitch, man. When you get into the media can make or break you. And it's, I tell people all the time, that's why I tell regulars, look, and I told all of them the same thing when I'm doing interviews. Do not get into a political debate with a host. It's only going to hurt you. Even it doesn't matter if you think you're right or you're wrong or in between. Once your politics are out, they're out. So if you're a hardcore liberal or a crazy rightist, it doesn't matter. After that, you've just isolated part of your potential clients. And unfortunately, in today's world,
at work not to get into those with customers. It's a bad idea.
When I was growing up, it wasn't like
people get into fights over it.
Yeah, but today you can hurt your business by talking about your particular politics. Denise, it's different for me because first off, I'm a centralist. And secondly, I hate on all sides. So people don't give me as much trouble. And I've got a reputation from the UFO show of being a you-know-what anyway. So it doesn't hurt me. But for nice people like Tom or Echo, if they were to really go out and say, hey, this is my particular politics, well, then it could do them harm, especially if you're looking for clients out of California or New York or places like that. Some people it doesn't matter because they're deep South, and the deep South really don't give a shit. But you still have to make a living, and you don't want to screw up your chance of getting a big customer because they're a liberal and you're not. It's a simple thing. Oh no, John, I tell them all the time, don't. Plus, getting into a political discussion with a veteran host is suicide. They're going to eat you alive. It's just suicide. So I'm like, don't do it. I mean, because they're going to box you in a corner on purpose, and then they're going to see what's going to happen when you try to get out of it. And then, of course, that's going to be made to how many of 1,000 or 100,000s, a million of people listen to it. No, it's crazy. Nah, Tom's good. He knows better. I listen to him talk all the time. It's what was that? Sorry, I thought there was a dog came through here just a minute ago. You have to win the meeting at the Writers of the Future, Illustrators of the Future, Writers and Illustrators of the Future. Yeah.
Hey, Tom, being the judge, what do you look for in the contestant in their drawings?
I would say probably level of complexity of the painting they've undertaken, their skill level at whatever medium that they're creating in, whether that's oils or acrylics or even digital. So you can tell, as long as I've been doing this, which is longer than I like to admit, you can pick up on, this person painted over a picture, and I know it took them less time than this person that used in a completely original piece. It's very creative. It's very elaborate. And, they invested, 60 hours in this piece to make it look the way it does. So those details become very obvious with the trained eye. And it becomes pretty easy to judge one piece from the next, even though some are all very elaborate and creative. Sometimes it's the assignment can damage you because you're illustrating for one story, which is this great dragon story. Like I got to do the cover of this piece, and I didn't have to adhere to a story. They just let me paint whatever I wanted, and then the writer has to come in and make a story up about it. So my hands are free when I get to draw that. Most artists that are all artists that are in the competition, they will be handed a story that's already been written, and they have to actually illustrate a cover piece for that that goes inside the book.
Oh wow, that's awesome. That's cool.
Yes, and every reveal I've been to, which is 4 now, is tears and tears and more tears. They're good tears, people. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, I've been impressed with some of the artwork. I've actually been impressed with how the artist took it and really put it on the illustration itself. Well, I've talked about this a million times. I've bought books because of the cover. Now,
sure,
some of them have been really good, and unfortunately, some of them have not been so good. But being able to portray that book on that cover makes a big difference if you're going to buy it or not. I mean, so yeah, guys. I mean, and they're really good. No, I can't pick the winners. I said this the other night. 4 years, got them wrong every year. No, not even close.
Well, I know, but I picked them. I think I picked every one of them so far. The one that I thought was going to win.
And so now I know we've talked about this, and this has been going around a lot lately with this freaking AI stuff. Now, there's a picture, guys. If you want to know what we're talking about, there's a picture of a UFO that Jeff Weiner did for me a while back when he introduced me to AI about a year ago. It's a fabulous picture, but it's AI, and it cannot be submitted. No contest will let you submit AI art now. So, Tom, let me ask you, how are we going to keep this? I know there's a progression for some art, but are people going to be able to sneak this in to these contests?
At the pace that it's going right now, Joe, I don't know how they couldn't do it. I mean, there's you can sort of ask AI to create something similar just to check them, and I think there may be some software that does that. But there's AI websites that if you pay a little extra money a month, your history is completely secure, and it's only going to do it once. No one will ever be able to find out that you used AI to create this stuff, and it's kind of scary. It's scary for career illustrators that's been honing their craft for 25, 30 years to have a computer do it and do something similar, maybe not as good, pretty damn good for free.
John, what are you calling me for, John? We live on the air, man.
What about metadata? Isn't there like metadata under those digital files from AI that would say, "Hey, this was created in a computer and not by a human"? Under
the files, I mean, you once you have that picture, you can edit it any way you want to. So any kind of information can be, cloned over or copied and removed. So it depends on the file that you got from AI. I'm sure there is some kind of meta tag on that. But if I was going to do something like that, I would probably just copy out of that file, paste it into a new file, crop any kind of information off that needs to get that I don't want anybody to know about, and then sign it, and you're golden after that. But I think there was some of that a few years ago, and it was kind of obvious. Like I said, AI was nowhere near where it was 2 years ago, and it was very obvious that it was AI because things would be very wrong with the illustration. Like some people would have 6 fingers instead of 5, and there would be an extra ear and crazy stuff like that made it pretty obvious. And they would try to smooth over an existing photograph instead of a real illustration. So
and that's some of those kind of mistakes in the older AI. Yeah, it's that's pretty close. Hard to fake those. The famous one I've seen in AI that it was supposed to be, I guess, a woman holding an umbrella in the rain, except for the umbrella was going through her head. The pole was here, and then it went. You could see her face. Then it came out through her chin. So it was kind of gruesome in a way, but it's obvious that no human did it.
Okay, what is it? John just sent me something. He said, John, judges can ask for a Photoshop file before the final file to find out if it's AI image.
That's true. If there's any kind of doubt, we can ask for the working layered file.
Yeah.
And if I have a layered file that's not been flattened, I can certainly tell if they use that channels. What kind of brushes do they use? You know, that kind of stuff is pretty easy to detect. So,
ladies and gentlemen, that was John Goodwin from Galaxy Press. He had just called in, and I was just telling you.
John's watching. I better.
We're always in trouble, man. I get in trouble as long as Emily's not watching. That's when I get in trouble with all the time. What's that, Marcus? No, he's listening and he just heard what we were talking about. That's all. Well, because the AI thing has been a big thing, and I have seen. So recently, I got an interview with a gentleman who owns a gaming company down here, pretty big one. I'm not going to mention their name, but they're a pretty big company. So he said what he's going to start doing is this is going to be for both illustrators and for authors. He said he's going to keep X amount on file, even if he's going to use these other techniques, because he wants an author to say, okay, I want this. The author wants what the author wants. The author needs to make the AI give him what he wants. So what he's thinking is he can still get the quality of stories because the authors will be in charge, but he can get them at a faster rate. He's thinking the same thing with the art. He's saying this way, the illustrator is in charge of what the AI does. And that way, once I tell the illustrator, I want this, this, and this, they can go ahead and use it, make it. And if they can't, then they can help design it, then have the AI finish it, make it faster. Maybe so. Maybe this will keep everybody in business. I'm very skeptical about all of this. Sorry that my burglar alarm just went off. But I'm very skeptical about all of this kind of stuff. It makes me nervous. I got too many friends in both of these fields.
Yeah,
and
I don't want copyright issues there.
Well, right now you can't copyright it.
What about when you finish like an AI story or an AI picture? Who owns the rights? Is it the AI company? Is it you?
Nobody owns the rights. No, the government passed. The government actually passed a bill that no one can own the AI art. Oh, wow. It's their art. You can't copyright it. Now, it doesn't mean you can't use it and make money.
No, you can. I mean, a lot of fantasy artists that I work with, if they'll type in, elements of the story just to get an idea, to kind of give them a jump start in what they need to illustrate. But sometimes it comes up with some pretty creative, they're not done well, but it gives you some pretty creative ideas on which direction you may want to go, without spending a day before you realize this just isn't working and have to start over.
Yeah. Still seems like some conflict could occur. So I could do like an AI storybook with an art cover, all that my own design, and then Sean can do his own book with a different story, but see the artwork and go, that pretty much is the same as the book that I'm doing.
Well, you can do it, but you can do it with the artwork
that I AI'd. There's no fight. I mean, but it could be a conflict if we were ever to meet each other. You know what I mean? It just seems
to put it,
there's someone should own the copyright.
Yeah. But to put this all in perspective, so Jeff Weiner did a comic book live while we were live. Okay, he did it, and it came out really good. I'm not going to lie to y'all. He told it what the story was he wanted. Not only did this thing do the story, it made the bubbles, put the story in the bubbles, drew the artwork that went with the story. So you had a full-fledged comic book now that you could flip through and read it. Now, granted, it's not the best comic book I've ever read, but still, it's a remarkable comic book. And I was kind of like, well, this is just beep and bleep and beep and bleep. And, but it is a marketable comic book. So that just aggravated the bejesus out of me all the way around. And I don't know. I got a long ways to go with this, I guess. And like I said, I got too many friends that are in these businesses, and too many now that are young coming up in this, that are now, not only do they got to fight against other authors and other illustrators, now they got to fight against freaking AI. I just want to make sure the government takes this in and make sure. I mean, the bill they passed right now is pretty good, but they just need to make sure that everyone here is protected. And I think they need to make it that all AI has to have a tag in it, so we know it's AI.
Yeah, I agree. There needs to be some kind of way to confirm it very easily and instantly. You just be able to look at it and instantly know that it's
maybe a watermark or something. Yeah. It's I don't know. It's just that's what no, Carolyn, that's where we are now. And no, like I said, you can make money with it. It's not illegal to make money with it. You just can't own it. So let's say that Jay made this beautiful picture and I decided I wanted to use it for a banner. Well, he's screwed. Because he can still use it, but I can go put it on my thing as a banner. There's nothing he can do about it. I'm agreeing it's bullshit.
But
That's what we're talking about. That's exactly
we can both sell it. So
yeah,
right.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's
But
BS,
they could help
BS,
Jay.
BS.
You know, it helps Jay sell his book, and he didn't have to spend money. You know,
that's true.
Hiring an illustrator, that's money in his pocket.
It's definitely true. What is that, Denise? Yes. Hold on 1 second. Oh well. Okay. Hold on 2 seconds. No. So we were no. So yeah, I'll get it in a second. So she brought us back to the dragon thing. Yes. No, I'm serious. But we want to get like 6 of them to do them. So maybe we'll do like three pros and 3 beginners. Well, I can't say beginners because some of these winners are definitely not beginners.
Seasoned pros versus seasoned beginners.
Well, I mean,
if you don't really, it's kind of, I don't know if you guys have ever played Pictionary or Win, Lose, and Draw. If there's a time frame on you, you could be the most incredibly detailed illustrator, knows every kind of shading technique, and can do unbelievable realistic illustration. But if you've got 1 minute to do it, then it's not going to look that way. You know, it's going to look, you're just going to have to try to hash it out as quickly as you can. And, you know, there's not going to be any huge masterpieces, but it would be fun just to, you know, watch what these seasoned vets do and how they react to, you know, these youngsters that come in there that's, you know, very nimble and very, you know, young and creative. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
How long you been illustrating?
I've been illustrating since I was 6, and that's when I decided that I was going to be an illustrator when I was in 1st grade. Mm-hmm. And there's never been a plan B since then.
That's really, most kids don't know what they want to be until they're even in college. You know how many people register for college and they're undeclared as a major.
You know, it's interesting to how many illustrators I've asked that question, and it was somewhere in what I would call the elementary school range, where with authors it seemed to be more moving towards the teenage age, maybe a little bit before, maybe a little bit after, but somewhere in there is when they seem to have gotten into. I wonder why that is. I'm gonna have to do a damn research study in it just to find out what's going on.
I found out early on I was creative when I was 6 or about 7 years old. I had a comic book and I had it open, not a comic book, a coloring book, excuse me, and had it open in the middle, like two separate different pictures. And I had 2 boxes of crayons and 2 hands, and I'm using both hands and both eyes to color these 2 different pictures at the same time with both hands and staying in the line. So how good can you color when you're 6 or 7? Not that great, but you know, how many people can use both hands to color 2 different pages at once with 2 eyes, 2 hands, and 2 crayons? Not very easy. So I found early on how creative I was.
Wait, what was that, Tom?
That would be a small number of people that can focus on 2 different pictures and color 2 different objects with 2 different color crayons and 2 different hands. I think that number would be very small.
I can do things with 2 different
very small percentage,
color or paint or anything like that. I've had to learn to be ambidextrous because of well, it started out when I was young. I got this whole arm chewed up by a dog. It started here and just chewed all the way down. So my arm was wrapped up for like 10 weeks. And so I started learning how to write with my left hand. And then as other things that went on in my life, from time to time, I just start using it. Now, when I got into construction, out of habit, I actually do much better with my left hand than I do with my right, which is just weird because everything else I do with my right hand is kind of strange. What is that, Janine? No, $9.99 if you want to get time in the side room. That's what it costs. Yeah, it's $9.99 a minute. He ain't cheap. He ain't no cheap date. Get the hell out of here.
To buy?
She said, how much a minute to talk to Tom on the side? And I said $99.99 a minute. $100, in other words, guys.
Don't feel bad, minutes. Tom. He's always trying to pimp all of us out for extra money.
Hey, 10 minutes, 1,000 up front. Yes, you know. y'all just cheapos over here is all I got to say. No, actually, I'm gonna bring his fantasy on it in just a minute. I've actually seen a lot of times where he's talented. He's got good color. You know, since I'm just everyday radio guy, construction guy. Well, no, I understand shades and paints and colors because it's part of what I do for a living. You'd be surprised at things you got to know when you're trying to sell someone to paint their house or their mansion or whatever it may be. Like most people don't realize this, but when you're using just regular everyday paint, it depends on the lighting, what color the paint's going to be. So if you go paint your walls and you have fluorescent lighting, well, this paint just turned pink or it just turned orange. And it's not the color it was at the Lowe's or the Home Depot you bought it at. Well, you have to know these kind of things. You have to know what kind of paints, what acrylics are, latexes and oils and stuff like that. So he does it on a smaller scale. We do it on just a larger scale. Yes, I have to know that kind of stuff, unfortunately. I was getting ready to ask him that. So actually, Elizabeth just asked you this, but she wanted to know, what is your favorite medium to work in? Computer, paint, oil, just freehand?
I mean, I have a big affinity for pencils, but I love oils, and I love digital just because it allows me to reformat a painting very quickly, to go from something that's like a beach towel or a canvas size, and I can reformat it to fit it on a skateboard or any kind of decoration that you want. So that's the key to, fantasy art these days, is being able to paint the piece and be able to move and own the rights to that artwork, and be able to reap the royalties off that piece for the next 20, 30 years. So it can be out there, making money for you. So digital,
it's also cheaper that way. I mean, how many times have you been started painting with oils or acrylics? You have a 14 by 24 canvas, or even an 8 by 11 canvas, and you start painting on it, and then you realize you've made a mistake. You got to gesso the whole thing, Absolutely. And that you've wasted a whole day of time. You got to wait for that to dry for the next day, so you're out of time. And if you're on a deadline and you have to regesso a large scale painting or canvas, think of the cost of that, all that paint you've wasted.
Absolutely. So yeah, you might have to open that window up, Joe. But I thought the interview was actually from 9 to 10, so I've got like 5 minutes before I've got.
Oh yeah, we'll get you out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, it was actually till 10:30, so you're gonna get out on time anyway.
Oh, perfect. Okay. But yeah, if you go to the ice. See, I do a lot of work for Insane Clown Posse. This is a lot of my illustrations and imagery that I've done for that band over the years, and a lot of they have a very cool collection of characters in the Dark Carnival that I've been able to play with for the last 10 years or so.
It's very Yes-like. Yes did the same thing. They had the same guy do all their illustrations for their albums for years and years. Roger Dean. He's fantastic fantasy artist.
Well, there's some great ones up in here. For some reason, it wants to be a pain. No, Don, you got one question. You got 3 minutes. What you got? Where you go right to where we're at right here. Yes, that's where they're for sale at, right where we're at.
Yeah, you can buy prints. Cool. You can buy like woven blankets. There's Zippo lighters actually licensed a lot of this artwork to go in their products. So I mean, you can get artwork on Zippos. Yeah.
I collect Zippos, actually.
Really? You should just get every Joker. I've got all 6 Jokers. So yeah, you should. And they're official. They got the little serial numbers on them and everything. It's really, really
cool.
There
you go.
You met Cesar Romero?
Cesar Romero. Where's?
You said you met all 6 Jokers. Are you talking about the Jokers from Batman?
No, he's talking about
the Jokers. Every time a major album is released from Insane Clown Posse, it's a Joker card album. And so there's like 11 Jokers now over the course of their 30 years that they've been creating music. So this is the Wraith. It's one of their characters that
That's cool.
was done originally as a little cartoon, but I kind of bring it to life and
it looks great.
Make it look super realistic. And
let me see if that look good on the wall. How big is that thing? Let me see. I need something from this wall behind me. I'm getting ready to move this one.
That dragon that I just did for Illustrators of the Future. That's what you need back there. That giant fire dragon.
Yeah, but
that's a cool illustration.
Thank you.
Yes, it is a great illustration. So right now you got what's on that side. Let's see real quick. That's the one from Earth's Final Conflict. That's a streetcar named Desire, and that's an old paddle wheeler that's sinking. It's kind of the swamp's kind of eating it up. And then of course all this other stuff's behind me over here. So I really want to move. Anyway, I want to move where this map is above me, and either I'm gonna take my gold map and put it over there, or I want to get something else. I might get a dragon to put on there. It's I got to figure out what I want to do with it. I got to put something up there. Anyway, enough of that. Denise, one question.
We got one more minute with Tom. So let me ask Tom real quick. Where did you go to school for any of your art talent, or did you just hone it yourself and just go rogue the whole way?
No, I went to the University of Arkansas. I went through their art program, Fulbright College of Arts and Sciences, and I thought that was a big help. But nothing helped as much as once I left left school and got into the job market. I was art director when I was 20 years old at Champion, and which was I see my doing it every day, getting paid to do it, and then doing it every day for 8 to 10 hours a day. You really see, your skill level skyrocket when you're doing it.
Yeah, and already loving the art, but from 6 years old or from sixth grade, what have you. It's not really a job. You're just getting paid to do what you love.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because, you would be able to steal a couple hours a day when you're a kid, but, you want to play, you've got schoolwork, you've got sports that you wanted to do, and of course chores. But so you would be able to steal a few hours at night or something to do it. But once you get a job to do it, and you get to do it all day until your shoulder hurts,
or your wrist cracks. Yeah.
Yeah. It's you yourself really get good. Anybody that's going into the art field, it doesn't have to be the highest paying job in the world. Just get a job in an art department. You could be a production artist or whatever to start out with if you need to be. But being around the programs that professional artists use, like Photoshop and Illustrator, learning these programs, once you learn these, you will never have to worry about getting a job. I mean, once you get good and proficient at it, you're good to go. You can always find work if you're an illustrator, an artist, or designer with Illustrator, Photoshop, and design.
Tom stays busy. I know every time I talk to the man, he's staying busy.
I went to the Savannah College of Art and Design, and I think we were one of the top 10 schools at the time I was going there of art schools in the country.
Sure.
And they had those programs. I mean,
I think somebody got gotten. Yeah. When stuff freezes, sometimes it freezes in the most unflattering ways. No, he's up in Pittsburgh. It just does. We got to let Tom go. He's got life, people. He's got things he's got to do. He got a boss lady at home, might be smacking him in his head as far as we know. So she might be standing there with a gun going, it's time, buddy. It's time now. You've been gone. I'm just teasing. No, actually, he's a great guy. If that's the question you said, no, he's a great guy. He really is. He's a nice guy. He puts up with all of y'all and everybody at Writers of the Future. He's a good guy.
Group. So, yeah. Joe, thanks for having me again. It's always a pleasure to,
It's a pleasure meeting you, Tom.
Yeah. See, Tom's always a great guest. But guys, we got to go. So y'all be sure to check out The Float. Check him out. Go see him. That's the main reason I wanted him on tonight. I said, yeah, well, we'll talk about being a judge, but I wanted to talk to him about The Float because I wanted to see how it went. It's no, because the guy's multi-talented. But anyway, Tom, you go enjoy your weekend, man. I hope you have a great weekend. Stay out of trouble. I know, it's easy to get in trouble in Arkansas. So
yeah.
Anyway, you be good, baby. We'll talk at you soon.
All right, Joe. Take care, Jack. Seeing you.
It's anyway, guys and girls, we got a couple of things coming up. No, Jay's actually resetting himself at the moment. That's how he's getting out of here. That's the cover. Actually, we were talking about the one you see behind Jack and I. That's the cover. No, we've been getting a lot of weird stuff tonight. Yeah, I know Jack is cool, man. Well, he's been fooling y'all for a long time.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. He's had y'all on the down low. Now he's come out the corner and he's not the closet, the corner. Don't be a butt. Anyway,
I'm getting my Yule bride. Was that dude named Frosty? The snowman there on Rudolph. I'm getting ready.
Yeah, man.
Burl Eyes. That's who I am.
I think I haven't had no venison in a while, so I'm getting the shotgun out for when Santa comes around. And
Joe, ask your people, man. Should I shave this or not? Ask them.
What do y'all think, guys?
Yeah.
Wait. I lost y'all. There you are. What do y'all think? Should he keep it? Should he shave it? Should he cut it? Should he smooth it out? Not everybody can have a sexy beard like this, people. I'm just saying. No, mine's as gray as his is. It's when I'm on TV, it's not. Yeah, I know. TV makes it brown again. We've got so far we've got 10 no's and 5 yeses.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so And then we got some crazy shit like beat a guy, wear it proud, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean.
Oh, come on.
People yelling crack tonight. Let's see. I see a bunch of stories coming in. So death toll, fuel deposit blast jumps to 170 death toll in Krabaka. What is this? And this must be in Turkey or somewhere. Yeah, I think it is in Turkey. What's this? Collision. Burisma received Joe Biden's talking points ahead of the trip. Holy shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's in trouble, guys. Y'all might as well look, liberals, stop protecting the man, okay? It's to the point where he's in trouble. Look, when y'all were going after Trump, I didn't say nothing. I said, okay, if y'all think he's guilty and you want to go after him, go ahead. And hopefully if he's innocent or whatever, he's guilty, that's the way it'll go. But it's time for Biden. Let's just be honest about it.
No, yeah. I don't understand why they just want to protect him. I mean, what is it a mindset? Now, when I was young and my mom and dad,
because they're scared. Well, they're
my
scared.
mom and dad were Democrats, dude. And back then, you voted party. You didn't vote because, you know what I mean? I don't understand why they love this guy. I can't figure it out.
They just love it.
I don't know.
I got booted. Who do they just love?
The liberals who love Joe Biden.
They just love Biden. Actually, that's not really true. When the other day I'm watching, so there've been NBC and TBS both asked this question to liberals. Do you think that the trials brought against Trump are politically related? And in 3 cases, it came up 59, 60, and 58% said yes. So these are liberals that actually agree that this is politically motivated.
Yeah. Because
really and truly, I know in one of the trials, I think they said the jury's being picked. I think they're going to all be liberals, and the judge is a liberal, and the judge in D.C. is a liberal, and the judge and the district attorney in New York are liberals, and they're Trump hating liberals. I don't even know how they get to be on there. I just don't even get it. I really don't. I mean, that's just a load of crap that as a country we have to deal with. It doesn't really matter what your politics at this point is. We know that there's enough evidence. There's going to be enough evidence to go after Biden and Hunter. I'm just wondering how they're going to go about it. You know, they've got the House until 2024's election, actually until January of 2025. So win, lose, or draw, it's theirs to do what they want with. With Nancy Feinstein dying, it puts the Democrats in a crunch.
So what's the rule behind that? Since he died, do they have to find another Democrat, or do they have to have a vote?
It's where was she from? California. So more than likely, what they're going to try to do is just assign someone to her seat. The governor is going to pick someone, and I don't know if the Republicans are going to let it go, if they're going to let it slide, because I think they got to be ratified. I'm not sure how they're going to work that out, but I know usually when a seat is lost like that, a lot of times in the old days, even in these days, sometimes like if the wife or the husband was still alive, they would take the Senate seat.
The spouse, yeah.
Yeah.
Only to the end of the term. So
yeah, only to the end of the term, but they would take the seat.
Oh, wow.
Now she was 90, so I imagine if her old man is still alive, he's at least that.
I thought she was divorced, dude.
Maybe she is. That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. If. That's why I said if. And so.
Well, what can happen sometimes though is they can appoint a temporary person to the position until the next election month, which is usually November, and then they can try to vote in a couple of candidates that have qualifications to get into that job. But
California's been losing a lot of liberals, so they got to be careful on certain types of votes, and depending where this is, they got to be careful. Janine, yes, I've seen that one. That is Putin signs decree to conscript 130,000 soldiers. Yes, I keep telling people, either Zelensky can work out the peace thing, or Biden, Putin don't want to lose. If he can save face and say, okay, they gave us what we wanted, we got to keep Crimea, okay. But if Zelensky keeps saying F you, sooner or later, Putin's going to put it on his ass, and America's not going to get in the way. Yeah, I mean that's just the way it is, guys. I can't make Putin behave. Shit, we'll send Jack over there. Maybe Jack can slap him around, but I mean, yeah.
I'll ride my sleigh with my reindeer.
Yeah. Yeah. 62 school children claim they saw aliens after a UFO landed in Zimbabwe. I thought this was an old story. I remember this story from way back when.
Yeah,
It is an old story.
The 70s?
Yeah.
This is 1994.
Okay, yeah.
And so it's I thought it was older than
It's like
that.
35 or 40 school children saw this.
Yeah, it says 62.
62?
Yeah, sort of saying 62. It's I remember this case really clearly, and then they said they had taken them and did things, and it was a very interesting case. I don't whether it was true or not, guys. I don't know. We didn't get to hold any of the witnesses. We tried.
A similar one in Australia around the same time in like the late 90s or early 2000s, where or maybe it might have been like the 70s. Yeah. But like 60, 70 kids saw these UFO fly over their school and then land in the field behind it and then take off with like 3 or 4 others.
What's this one? Aurora spacecraft caught on when it was bringing its rocks back home. A telescope caught it on video. Well, that's interesting. What's that, Jack? I don't know. New memory loss, forgetfulness products. Wow, specialist. Well, that might be a good thing to come along.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I've been.
What did I drink last night? Ooh, I forget.
So I've been being asked this question a lot lately because, under Obama, China was booming its happy, you know what off. It was making money left and right. It was lying about a lot of different things. It was propping itself up. And then Trump came in. First off, took a lot of trade money away from it. And COVID took a lot of trade money away. They just have not got back. They're scheduled for, I think, $11 trillion this year. They're in far more debt than we are. I mean, as a debt to ratio thing. So I keep getting asked what happens if they collapse. It depends. If they collapse and go democracy like Russia did, you could see a big change in the way China does business and the way we deal with China.
And China's a lot bigger than Russia, isn't it?
No, Russia's a lot bigger than China.
Bigger?
Yeah.
Well, they have a lot of territory and there's a lot of different states. So
actually, China's about the size of the continental U.S. without Alaska.
Yeah, but they also have a lot more states than we do, don't they? I mean, they have all these different provinces, you know.
Oh, yeah, but it's, I mean, size-wise, now population-wise, it's 5 times larger than we are.
Oh, yeah, they got us outnumbered 1 or whatever.
Yeah. It's I think they're at 1.4 billion now. We're getting close to 400 million. So it's, no, Johnny, the world's at 8.1 billion now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we passed the 7 billion mark. Oh yeah,
and
that Holocaust dream
is going to be 120 million or something like that.
And to Louis, who just asked that question about the Holocaust dream, that's supposed to be around 9.8 billion. So when that happens, so that's not that far away. I'll be gone. The fuck, like, beep. No, I'm sorry. But what happens if China collapses? I mean, Europe's got to be real careful.
It'll destabilize most of the
most of the Asian continent. Yeah. And
most of the continent anyway.
Hong Kong
maybe part of the
probably,
world.
I would bet you money Hong Kong would instantly break away from China if they collapse.
Yeah.
Taiwan would build its military up more. And then really what's going to happen after that is what kind of government are we talking about after the collapse? It's not going to be communist because the communist government collapsed. Is it going to be democracy? Is it going to be something else? I mean, we don't know.
They could break up into different various, and
they could break up in this. They could do, they could become their own little countries like Russia did. No, Jack. Even with Russia, even with the Soviet Union breaking up, Russia owns the largest landmass in the world. Canada's second, and Russia's about 1.5 times the size of Canada. Canada is about 4 times the size that we are. Yeah,
but think about most of Canada is uncharted wilderness. So I mean,
a big chunk of Russia is too.
Yeah. Well, especially the Siberian Kush. I mean, it's all it's basically a snow desert. You really can't live there.
Lindsay, that's right. So when Trump was running for election, he kept asking our allies, "Why are you buying oil from Russia? All you're doing is helping Russia." Now, Russia was not supposed to be an enemy, but Russia had started getting all cozy with China, signing mutual protection pacts, and mysterious people started dying, all over the place. Putin's enemies were being found dead. They still are being found dead. It's a little bit dangerous. So
Well, my son came back from China, and he said that the people were really nice to him.
They are.
And the people he was with, but what bothered him the most was that there were so many cameras everywhere.
Oh yeah.
That, he just said there was this feeling like no matter where you went, you were being watched.
1984, George Orwell. Well,
but they were really nice to him. And you know what he had? I want to share this with you guys. They always took them out to dinner after work, and he ate duck tongue.
Had to give it a try.
I don't like food that can taste you back.
duck tongue. He said there's a bone right down the middle of the tongue. Yeah. And he said the Chinese stuff we get here in the United States, the Chinese restaurants,
nothing like the real
nothing
shit.
like that over there. Nothing.
They don't even have fortune cookies.
No.
It's an American invention. Or maybe Chinese American invention, but it's an American tradition. It's I like a good duck, whether barbecued, roasted, or Chinese style.
But not the damn tongue.
Yeah,
I've never eaten a tongue, so I don't know. But I've eaten a lot of weird, strange things. People,
do you guys remember the original David Lynch Dune?
Yeah,
1984 Dune movie. There's a scene where Beast Raban grabs a tongue out of a cow, which everyone thinks is a prop cow. It wasn't. There was a real tongue he pulled out of that cow's face, and he's eating that real tongue while he's talking to his uncle and laughing. He's got the tongue all spread over his face like a pig. That's gross. I don't think I could ever deal with eating a food that can taste me back. No.
You know what? A cow tongue, honest to God, if you cook it right, cow tongue is very good eating. It really is.
I think if I don't know what it is, I could be okay with it until I'm told later, but it's crazy. Yeah.
So you seen the other day they were selling barbecued cow, you know what? On the you could buy it on the live on the TV.
Rocky Mountain Oysters, is that what you're talking about?
That's basically what it was.
Rocky Mountain Oysters.
That's what I said. Y'all disgusted. But there's been some recent stuff. So there's been some papers come out recently about Joe Biden. So, we just said about him, his whole itinerary being sent to Burisma. So that's right off the bat, it's illegal. But then receiving 2 wire transfers totaling $260,000 in 2019 from Beijing, with the president's Delaware home listed as a beneficiary. I mean, the more they look at this, the more things they find. And once this goes official and really starts becoming the investigation, I don't know if Biden's going to be. I don't know if the Senate is going to be able to vote no for the simple fact that it could cost them their seats in the next election. So they got to be careful if too much evidence comes out against Biden, because Biden's not very well liked in the country to start off with. If too much evidence comes out and the people are saying want him to go, but the Senate is still protecting him, the Senate could lose their seats if they're up for election.
Yeah, the rest of the Democrats have to decide for themselves when it's time to jump off the Biden boat before they go down with him.
So let's what, we're gonna play this. Hold on a second. Let me bring this up. So I think I can bring this up. Let's see. It's one of the things I like about using StreamYard. Usually it's not real hard to bring up the things you want to share. So let's click this on and let's put it in.
It's got some cool features, definitely.
Yeah, it's good.
A million people in New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut are under flood watches, and New York Governor Kathy Hochul has declared a state of emergency.
Now, look at this video. I mean, a lot of streets, highways, they've just turned into rivers. And here in New York City, officials say every single subway line has been impacted with significant flooding on some train lines. We have a team covering this flash flooding event. NBC News meteorologist Bill Caron's tracking the latest forecast. But first,
so you
NBC News correspondent George Solis here in New York City. George, I got to say, I see you standing outside 30 Rock. I took the subway in this morning. It was like coffee-colored water just kind of lining a lot of the subway platforms. What are you seeing? I mean, what's the current situation here in Manhattan?
I don't believe this chick.
Good afternoon, guys. It's basically just that. It's ugly. It's ugly. It's not pretty. You see a lot of people walking around here outside 30 Rock. Many of them probably not being able to take the subway or other forms of transportation, as it's all been impacted as a result of this rain. Now, for a moment there was a bit of a reprieve, but obviously no way, in no shape, way, or form was it to get people into a false sense of security, because this rain is continuing and it is expected to continue. Some parts of the city seeing already as much as 5 inches of rain. This is why the governor has declared that state of emergency, impeding people to stay home, to not be out if they don't have to be. And of course, we are watching some of those videos coming in of some of those rising floodwaters. We know some roofs collapsed, parts of Brooklyn. We know
New York is actually getting to figure out what how the South feels every year with all the immigrants.
As the afternoon and into the evening and into tomorrow. So the messaging here is take this very seriously, because obviously, as we have seen time and time again, this water can be potentially dangerous and deadly, guys.
Yeah, this really is the #1 deadly weather event when you see this, because people underestimate the power of the water. What's the situation at the airports right now, and how does this state of emergency declaration help people right now?
Yeah, so we've seen already some remarkable video out of LaGuardia, Terminal A, with just floodwaters rising. And so, again, this is the messaging that we're just going to see these waters starting to increase. These states of emergency obviously help get...
Dude, what's this? Wait, we got to stop for a minute. Oh, well, I can do that. I don't want to hear it, damn it. Oh, well. I seen that test go by. I had to stop.
By Hubble. I heard about one by the James Webb Telescope.
That rain and the storm from New York, is that from that thing out on the coast?
I didn't hear where it was
typhoon,
from.
I
actually.
think so.
It's
if it's still happening today, it might be remnants of that, because we got hit with that last week for like 4 days, and we didn't get like torrential rain, but we got wind that was pretty. In the outside, it seemed like there was about to be a hurricane hit us, but it wasn't that dramatic yet.
We had one night of that, Jay. I think, it's crazy. It just seems like that all the places that all the bad weather is happening at is where all the dirty deeds of the Democratic Liberal Party. Mm-hmm. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Gotta watch the way that feels somehow.
I mean, we're not too far away from New York. We're like about 3 hours, 4 hours from New York, dude. How come we're not catching it? You know what I mean? It just seems to go around us. Well,
it's just the way they do. If it's got bands, you can get in between the bands.
Yeah.
So that's what happens a lot of times. So when we're down here, even in the middle of a big ass hurricane, you can get between the bands. So it's raining below you and it's raining above you, but you're seeing sky going by with some mixed clouds in it. So,
but you still experience high winds. I mean, we got some high winds last week. 4 or 5 days straight, and it was my backyard needed the water, which was great, but now my backyard needs like an anteater, because there's like, I don't know, thousands of mosquitoes flying around back there now because of the extra water.
Do you have those damn moths that are attacking trees? Them bugs.
The lantern bugs, they're just starting to move into Waynesboro.
My God, dude! I killed about 30 of them today. And it just seems like they're just overpopulated.
So
they're invasive. They have no natural enemy in this continent, and they're just destroying trees and other bug species.
On a separate note, on a different note, I should say, what are y'all paying for gas up there right now?
$3.91.
I was just reading oil. It says U.S. oil prices skyrocket to record highs as economy warning issued over shrinking stockpile. Joe Biden is the first president to ever lower our strategic reserves this low before. I mean, if we were gotten a war right now, we'd be in shit. We'd instantly have to go to pumping oil all over the place, which we can do, fortunately for us, but still, you got to get it to places. You got to get it to because, salt domes have a lot of oil in, but not what they usually have. Kindred is important. The strategic reserve does 2 things. It keeps us safe in case we get into a war, but it's more than that. When gas gets too high or things get too bad, they can release some of the strategic reserve, which brings the price down. Yes, they can sell it to places like China and things like that, which brings the price down. Joe Biden don't know how to do it. I've watched him do it. He has no idea what he's doing. He's just selling all the fucking oil to China. And he was anyway. He's not anymore, but he was.
So if he would have opened up the pipeline, would it be a different story?
Yeah, because it wouldn't matter. We'd be flush with gas. So when Trump was president, we were pumping gas nonstop. Even without a pipeline, there was always gas. for us, the highest it got down here for when Trump was president was $1.49. The lowest it got was 99 cents, except for COVID, it got a little lower than that. But so
we hover
99
between
cents to
220
$1.49.
and 199, 189. But it's here in the middle of the state. I don't know how bad it is for Sean. We're fluctuating between right now it's 399 and like 469 the last week or two.
Down there,
It's still pretty high.
Yeah,
we're at 391, 392 up here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. My rudder's right across the street. It's 399 today, but last week it was 469.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's just going back up under by. I don't. This guy's just an idiot, and our country's flush with oil. We found oil all over the place now. We can be pumping. We got wells capped, just sitting there. We got lines we could be using. We could be bringing bitumen in from Canada and other places. We just won't do it. And people don't understand when we do that, it forces the Russians and the Middle Easterners to drop their prices down. So instead of right now, it's at $100 a barrel. When we're doing that, it's usually around $40 a barrel. So one, those Arabs aren't getting any richer. Russia's not getting a bunch of money to build weapons. But when it's $100 a barrel and we're selling it, we're buying their oil, they're making money hand over fist. And that's just stupid on our part to even do that. But for some reason, liberals don't quite understand that part of the politics. And the Republicans get a little crazy with it. But we're in a position for a lot of things. We've got cold fusions coming up. I watched a couple of really good specials. So they're cheating, by the way, to do this new cold fusion. Instead of building these big plants, this company's decided that because, most people don't realize cold fusion can be made. It's been able to be made for a while, but making it feasible was different. It's got to be
small enough and safe enough.
So now what they're going to do is they're going to build these mini. I think they're like 12 by 12 or something like that, but they're mini. They're going to put them together in chains, and that's going to power you. So that way they can, whatever amount of power they need, they can go up, they can go down. If the grid's low, they can drop it down. If say your solar and your winds do an X amount, you can drop the amount of fusion power you're doing down. Or if it's like that crazy winter Texas has, you can raise it back up. And people don't understand, once this is running, it's running for life. This is it. Once these start going, that's it. And they keep building power and keep building power, and we can rate. But they have
a lifespan, but it'd be way beyond us. I mean, the power source would outlive you in like 5 or 6 generations.
So the deuterium they use will fill a bottle about this much. I think it's for like 25 years. They just dump it in there and away it goes. Now, deuterium comes from water. It's heavy water, basically. But they're also going to make this. They're going to make what do they call it? Not M4. What's the 3 on the moon? What is it? The moon's covered in this stuff. Something 3. I can't think of the name of it now. But they're going to use that so they can fuse it into 4. And that's going to be no, it's not the iridium. It's it might be. I don't know. I have to go look it up. But the moon's covered in this stuff because it doesn't have an atmosphere. And we can use that in order to build these reactors. They found a way that they can make it from water. So we're going to see how this works out. But it sounds fabulous. And it's already happening. People said 100 years from my ass, maybe 5 years from now, maybe 10 years, there'll be reactors running in our country in less than 10 years. There probably already is reactors running in our country, just ones we don't know about. But we'll see public reactors running within 5, probably within 25. Most people will be living on this grid. Within 50, most people will have one of these reactors in their home. So there will be no getting power from anybody anymore. This will just come with your home. It'll be installed in your home, and that's it. It'll be there for life. And, it runs your home. You can actually take it when you move. If you want, you probably just leave it. And they'll even make smaller ones for your cars. So that makes flying cars actually feasible. Real flying cars, not these ones they're showing you right now, which are cool. But those are more like drone flying cars. There's really not much to them. They're very, very, very light. They're made out of a composite material. But they are really flying cars. But with a cold fusion reactor like the size of a softball in your car, you can have George Jetson cars. Oh yes.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So
they won't fold up like a briefcase, but you can fly through the atmosphere with it.
No, because now we anti-gravity, you can float. We already know that works. We've used it. Now nobody likes to talk about the TR3B. So the TR3B,
once they figured out that gravity works in waves, they were able to counteract it.
Well, so they figured out with the TR3Bs that they can use the gravity to raise and lower them. But then they realized that they can pull and push on the planet. And the more they pull, the faster they go until they get in, and then they shoot yourself in space. They say the TRs have been to Mars and all over the place. Actually, the story about us and the Russians using them in the late 70s could be true. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah, there's so many projects. It could be the F-117. It could have been predecessor to the F-22s. Anything,
And don't forget the SR-71 Blackbird was flying all around back then, and the X-117s were being flown in the late 70s, early 80s. Just they were being reported as UFOs everywhere they were being seen.
UFOs, and mostly over like the Nevada and New Mexico.
Well, that's how we figured it out. They were being seen in no-fly zones in 4 or 5 of the western states where we know they do all those testings at. So it was pretty easy to figure out it was ours. It just, what the hell was it? Was actually, and that first one, because it was so with the box squares all over the place, you were kind of like, what is this thing?
If you look at it, you think to yourself, it can't fly, and it can't. Without its flight computers, the F-117 is a rock. It'll fall right out of the sky.
There ain't no flying there's no flying by wire in that plane.
If it weren't heavily shielded from EMPs, our enemies could have shoot an EMP at it, and if once that hits it, the computer's gone. You're ballistic. You are nothing but a ballistic missile.
Oh wow!
What is this, Denise? Let me see. Putin has been ignoring his generals and directing the war himself. Well, that would explain stuff. Yeah, I mean, he's ex-CIA. I mean, he should have some clues in that.
We as Americans should know. If you pay attention to the Washington Redskins or the Washington Commanders, I prefer Redskins. You can't be the owner of the team and coach at the same time. It was disastrous. For how many years did Dan Snyder own the team? They lost so many, chances for Super Bowls and good teams and good team members. And if you're the chief HMFIC in charge, you can't tell your generals what to do. They're your advisors. They're supposed to tell you how to do the battle. You just because you're a spy doesn't mean you're strategically, adept.
New York City sinking. Oh shit! Just like New Orleans and them, they've NASA found it by accident by measuring the buildings for some program they were doing.
Too much weight.
Yep. Fukushima has become the home of the UFOs following unexplained sightings. Maybe they're scooping up some energy, people. But maybe they're looking at humans like, have y'all not cleaned this up yet? What the F is wrong with you people? In case you don't know, ladies and gentlemen, if you're new and you don't know what Fukushima is, that was a nuclear power plant that was hit by tsunami in Japan and pretty much effed up for a good. Kevin McCartney and the House Republicans get unexpected win in race to avoid. They passed the bill. I told you
that. Yeah, I read that.
Yeah. Oh, I must be going dead brain. What else we got in here? Scientists discovered 2 new celestial objects in outer space. We'll let y'all go look at that for yourselves. Yes, we know that New York is being flooded. We just played that. Anything else good in here? What is this? Artillery gets melted. Ukraine video shows destruction of massive whatever this is. A new global blueprint, China's vision for the world order revamp. Whatever, Xi Jinping. There is nothing. I know you think because we got an idiot in the White House that you got a chance, but you don't. Just keep fooling yourself because it's just going to make our job easier. He thought when Trump got in that he had it, and then he realized that, oh man, Trump is just a you know what. And that's
he was an asshole, but he was pro-American, which was a good thing. I mean,
one of his admirals that's living in Europe now said one of the reasons he didn't invade Taiwan was because of Trump, because they had plans on invading. I
see that, Jay. See that, Joe? They're afraid of Trump even to this day.
Yeah, they are because
we were talking about Hillary earlier in the show. As much as we all loathe her to have been president. Whether she did a good or bad job as president, probably done a bad one. The fact is that the rest of our, enemies would be afraid of her as well. So, those are the kind of presidents we don't necessarily want. Bad at home and great across the waters. You got to be good. You got to be balanced on both. And I think although everybody hated what Trump did, he got the balance going.
Yeah.
Had our enemies at bay and our economy going up. That's what we want.
Oh no, well, I mean, he had so blacks enjoyed the lowest unemployment rate in the history of them being in the United States. So did Hispanics.
So did white people and Hispanic people.
White people were at 36. I mean, white people were at 36. He's at 35 now, but I mean, that's just coming back from the COVID. So, and black people and Hispanics have gone up again. So, I mean, it was just a different place. And now I've noticed there's a lot more black people coming out for Trump.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. There was quite a few. I mean, GOP usually got 8. I think Trump got like 14% or something. So, but they're going to get like 30 or 40% this time around because Biden's an idiot. The Democrats are idiots. I mean, they just don't realize what they're doing.
They're finally, if you look at all the TikToks and if you read all and watch YouTube, okay, they're finally realizing that the Democrats reneged on what they promised them.
Well, that's what Trump asked him in the day one. He said, "Can you tell me what the Democrats have done for you in the last 30 years?" And no one could answer because there was nothing.
What have they done for you? Nothing.
And it's still the same even today. Nothing's changed. Another suit to disqualify Trump under the Constitution insurrection clause has failed in Michigan because he's never been found guilty of any kind of insurrection. He's not going to be.
There's no evidence there. And the only thing that these lawsuits are doing is he doesn't have to ask for funds for his political campaign for 2024. They're doing it for him for free.
You see that Millie retired today. Thank God.
What is this? Wait, who sent me this? Ranked in Iran's 5 most deadly weapons that Americans should fear. Okay, I'm going to be nice about this. Okay, I am going to be nice about this. There is nothing in Iran that Americans should fear, even nuclear weapons. They don't have enough and we'll shoot them down. Mm-hmm. Their drones are based on our technology.
Yeah, and they're being made in what, Pakistan?
Yeah, I'm not feeling that we should fear their drones. And recently, the United States has really taken the lead on this, on how to shoot down massive drones, because we've learned how to use them. Because it was an American who invented the technology to fly drones in mass, but he made a mistake. It was a commercial technology, so that got out and allowed Russia and China and other countries to be able to use it. The U.S. should have said no, it shouldn't have been made as a commercial, because you haven't seen them when they like doing the dragons in the skies and all this stuff. Those are 2,000, 3,000 drones flying in sync together. So the technology is really cool, but now we've got all kind of new things, lasers and all kind of scatter weapons. It's just
we have the leftover SDI planes that are flying over the United States. They can take out a whole flock of those things with one beam.
Wow. What's this world coming to, guys? What's this world coming to?
It's not looking good. I mean,
let's see. We're
still on the brink of World War III. If we can't get this stuff done.
Something missile, perhaps the most ballistic missile. Yeah, blah. It's got 2,000 kilometers. That's not even 1,000 miles. Get the hell out of here with that. That can't hit us. The Kilo class submarine. Wolfpack, what do y'all think about this? I hear laughter in the background. I'm sorry. I don't think they're worried about that raggedy ass submarine. From what I hear, they're pretty noisy and easy to find. So,
and since the 80s, I can attest to this. My father's deceased, and so he hasn't revealed any secrets. But the U.S. Navy in the 80s, my dad was a part of some of the top secret stuff they were doing to make our subs more quiet, and he was working on ways to make our sonars more accurate, so we could determine whether we're listening to a biological or an actual submarine from our enemies. And the system is no longer, I mean, it's obsolete. They have actually, they got a better one now. It's called CERTAS. You can look it up on Wikipedia. But this system and certain other things that my dad's company and Honeywell and TRW in conjunction with my father's company, these guys made our subs, our Los Angeles class subs on up, so silent that we could run underwater 36 knots with our Los Angeles class. Now that's fast. That's like 30 miles an hour underwater. Our subs could go 36 knots underwater, full speed, full prop, and still hear our Russian counterparts before they heard us. Russian subs stole half of that technology, or 2/3 of that technology. They didn't get my dad's part of it. But when they implemented it on theirs, they could go at sub-silent, which is like, 3 knots, 5 knots underwater. and we could hear them again at 36.
Got those they're jet drives is what they are.
Hydro Magno.
There's I think as far as I know, they've only got 2 of them left in
Caterpillar. We have those too. We have those.
Yeah, we have them too, but they're pretty. What I hear these days, they're pretty.
Those are found in other ways. We use our satellites and find the magnetic.
So you know what their
are.
jets are, right? Do y'all know what Iranians fly? Their top jet lines.
MiG-29, don't they?
F-14 Tomcats.
Oh, they're still flying our. They're still flying our stuff. Shit.
Man, don't get me wrong. The F-14 is a beast of a jet, but again,
nice plane, but it's obsolete.
Obsolete as hell.
I mean, they're still the only jet that can go ballistic without stalling.
When I was getting
they can go straight up without stalling. Yes.
Yeah.
When I was getting out of the Navy in '85, that's when they were discontinuing the F-14.
That's when we were selling them to Iran.
And then they started bringing in the F-18s.
Yes, I was working in the Hellcats. We got the first batch on the Nimitz when I was there, and the Tomcats were being taken off. We still kept some around, but the F-18s were slowly, because F-18s were like a miniature Tomcat is what they were anyway. And so
they look almost identical. Unless you know what you're looking at, they look almost identical.
Yeah, they're faster and more maneuverable, and we still have them. We're still using them. But
we're still using F-16s. They're mostly land-based, but we start using those, aren't we?
But people, and I love the Tomcats. Don't get me wrong, but compared to an F-22 Raptor or F-35, they don't have a prayer in hell.
You've got a go-kart versus a
they don't. Even if they can go ballistic, which they can, which allows the other plane to fly underneath them. The F-35 is just such a beast. I don't think it's going to matter.
Did they ever find that plane?
No, I'm wondering about that. That sounds so fishy. I think we just sent a plane to Russia or China, and because China can't seem to build a Generation 5 stealth fighter for nothing. I mean, it just. So I love that one they built.
It's like a free gift, like a free foreign materials gift.
Oh, I think it's because payment due for what Joe Biden owes him.
Oh, crap!
They didn't want he didn't want Joe Seeger to get out, so they said, "Hey, just jump out the plane and let it go." I haven't heard if they found it or not, and then and the damn thing can fly itself for quite some time, so I don't know.
You would think maybe we'd be smart enough to put something, some sort of self-destruct on those kind of things, so they don't get into the wrong hands. And we have them on our missiles. They have self-destruct mechanisms on our missiles. Why not on our, fighter planes? If someone tries to defect, you hit a button with a certain code, boom.
That is it. Strato launches massive rock carrier plane completed hypersonic vehicle separation. Oh, this is like when we were dropping the X-15. What the hell is this? I have to find out what that is.
And the X-15, also the ones from like the $6 Million Man TV show, those are all like early tests for the shuttle program.
What the hell is this? Pelosi asked if she set a precedent for Biden's impeachment.
What's that mean, Joe?
Well, I guess we can go see. Is there a link on it? Hold on, we'll find out. Give me a second. Put that on pause for a minute. Let's go back over here where I am. Let's see. We can probably bring it up here and find out for ourselves. Why is this thing not behaving itself? All right. Present arms. Shh. Don't. Oh, wait. This ain't the one I want. Or maybe it is. Let's see. Share. What the bleep? Okay, I'm not even sure what that was supposed to be. That sounded like some BS bait and hook kind of thing. No, Pelosi's a goofball. I'm sorry, guys. I know y'all love Pelosi, but she's a goofball. Let's see. Biden IRA plan pushes. Nah, we don't care. U.S. weather: Florida to be hit by huge storm as freakish hot sea temps fuel weather. What is this? I don't know what you've been told, but hurricanes are crazy and bull. Yeah, there's been some hot weather around, some hot water around. I wish the damn Gulf would start cooling off. I can tell you that.
And it's not due to climate change, is it not?
It's, for me, it's weird. The only things I can see, so we're not seeing any more hurricanes than we usually do. We're not seeing any stronger hurricanes than we usually do. Somebody asked me the other day, I said, it's not really, all of this. Well, and it is, I guess it is climate change because one thing, we're seeing a lot less rain than we usually do.
Right.
I don't like it when we get too much of a deficit because when we get to around like 25, 26 inches, we usually end up getting a really big storm that year. I don't know if it's to make up the deficit, but we'll see something like the one that ripped the roof off my house or things like that. You'll see something. That one was in October of I forgot, was it
last year, wasn't it?
No, when the house we lost the roof, it was like 3 years ago. It was before COVID. It was actually, I think, the year of COVID, so it was probably like 2019. What was that, Jennifer? No, I mean, there's just a lot of bullshit going on in the world, and I mean, look at these prices of gasoline. California, $6.49.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Wow.
$6.49. What is this? Putin says Russia held regions in the Ukraine endorsed their choice to join Moscow. Oh, that's why he took them. There's a lot going on, guys. Oh, you mean the thing that Elon was talking about? Yeah, I hear he caught a bunch of bullshit for that little speech he gave earlier. I've seen it somewhere. Yeah, I'll have to pull it up.
Is that when he went down to the border?
He was wearing his cowboy hat and stuff. Yeah, he said, immigrants should be left in. Immigrants should be let in, but legally. That's what he's saying. Look, Biden's letting over 1 million illegals in our country. Do you realize he could be letting in a foreign army as far as we know? Every one of these people could be working for a different army somewhere or be spies. You don't know who's coming into the damn country. They need to be vetted. And Elon said that and everybody else said that. And it's just how it should be. Now, as New York is finding out, like the South does, they're flooding and they got a ton of immigrants to get rid of. And that's how they said it. They brought out the National Guard. You don't see nobody in the South bringing out the National Guard for the amount. Texas gets far more immigrants than New York does, and way more bad weather. And I don't see no National Guard out. What I'm saying is, people, is these Democrats say all this shit, and then when it happens to them, it's, oh my God, we got to have National Guard, we got to have this, we got to have this. But they don't expect any of the southern states to do that.
I don't know, Joe.
It's it's one of those things. Well, we don't consider all northern states to be blue states, guys. What's a super El Nino could mean for winter weather in the U.S. region? I hope it means a lot of rain. New report shows 80% of Americans retired coal plants could soon become nuclear reactors. Well, ain't that nice?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here it is. Oh, wait, let's play this. Let's hold this. Let's put this on pause for a minute. And we'll get to see what Elon says. It's only 1 minute and 44 seconds long. So let's pull it up. And let's hit the magic play button.
Can you turn it up, buddy?
Wait, hold on. What the hell? The hell just happened? Because that's all the way up.
Okay.
Look at him.
Well, unbelievable. Now, my question to you, Joe, is if Trump gets in, he claims that he's going to deport all these illegal aliens.
You can't deport all these illegal aliens. What the hell are we going to do that?
Well, I'm just saying, can he go out and find them and bring them back to Mexico?
I mean, we might deport a quarter. I mean, most people don't realize this, but Obama was the biggest alien deporter of all. He did far more than Trump did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's throwing him out the country. He's like, bitch, you don't belong here. He couldn't get Congress to do any kind of bills. So he was like, the hell with this. I'm throwing out of my country. Yeah, he's from here. And people don't realize this. When you talk to immigrants, legal immigrants who have come here, they'll tell you that they want the other immigrants to come here legally, just like they did. You know, they want them to be here legally because they know as well as we do. A lot of these people coming in are people, gang bangers and drug dealers and all kind of other stuff, and we don't want them in our country. But yet Biden letting them in, like, oh man, come on, win, people, yeah, you got some
Free
fentanyl,
votes.
bring
Why
that shit
wouldn't
up
they?
here. You know,
I'll be right back. I'm not leaving.
Okay, I left involuntarily.
Let's see what this new J-35 is. Speculation of a possible new J-35 variant for the Chinese Air Force.
Ooh.
See, that thing's not stealthy enough. I can look at it before even done. That's garbage.
We probably have so advanced sensors that even if they were able to bend light, we could probably still find it.
It's well, because we do it differently than they do too. So they're basing it off of some old technology we used to have.
Yeah, from 1950 stuff and U2 era stuff.
What's this? Newsom faces thorny decision on replacing Dianne Feinstein. Yeah, you better be careful here. The B-21 is obsolete and the prone to breakdown, but the Ukrainians want more. Okay, well, we'll probably give them to anything. I noticed, we're going to get rid of a bunch of, we did in Desert Storm, we got rid of a bunch of our stuff.
Yeah, well, we got rid of, when did we get rid of the F-14s? In the late 70s, or early 80s, we got rid of, started getting rid of those and some to like,
I was
in Iraq.
So, I was on a Nimitz in 80, 82, 83, 84, and we had just started getting the F-18s, and we were getting rid of the Hornets. And the Hornets we weren't actually getting rid of the Hornets. The Hornets were replacing the Phantoms as training planes.
Yeah.
And by the way, there are still a country that uses F-4 Phantoms in their Air Force. I forgot. I seen it the other day. I forgot who it was, but they
probably
still
Afghanistan.
It's so the Phantoms was a great jet. I mean, for its time, it was a fucking beast.
Tank busters, they're fantastic going to ground support.
Christopher, yes, the Warthog is going to go away. I don't know what they're going to replace it with, but it is going to go away. The Warthog is just a beast. It's got double armored. I mean, this thing is considered and hang into a firefight, take hits, and still. Yeah. I've seen them come home without an engine. They're just beasts. I mean, no tank ever wants to see a Hornet. I mean, a Warthog. When you see a Warthog, you're going to the other side, my friend. Start making your prayers because you're leaving.
Especially if you're in a slow-moving tank. Bye-bye.
Yeah, no, they can't hover, but they come in so slow that they just – and the guns –
slow and low. They can fly really low.
They got 20-millimeter Gatling guns on them, and it just shred tanks like they're nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Armor pierce, and you just – no, they carry missiles too, but, I mean, you just don't even want to play with these things.
Yeah, they can carry more bullets than missiles, so you use your bullets first to get the tanks.
Let's see. The Mexican alien bodies are real. A retired, what is that? Paleontologist says he has proof. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll play this. Hold on, people. Well, we got to get it on the list before we can play it. No, we don't. It's already on the list. So add the stage. Hit the big fat play button.
Oh, hello, twins.
Holy shit!
That's a combination 1-2 punch right there.
I know.
Especially if they continue tracking with each other. It looks like they're going around the same millibar lines.
Where's this at?
That's in the Atlantic.
Wow.
Yeah, they're right just outside
Near
of
the
Puerto Rico.
Mediterranean, actually, yeah, because there's Puerto Rico.
They're probably what, a couple 100 miles outside of Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice prediction track. Jeez.
Felipe and Rena, I wonder if they're going to have a little their hurricane. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
dude?
Maybe they'll have a kid.
That is crazy.
It's very rare. I don't even remember when the last time this happened. It had to have been back in the mid 70s, probably, though.
Yeah.
Wasn't there that movie, The Perfect Storm, where all three weather things hit at one time?
You're thinking The Day After Tomorrow, I think, with Dennis Quaid, where the three megastorms like freeze up Russia, Europe, and America, and everybody has to flee to like Mexico. So what are you talking about?
No, this one George Clooney was on it, and
yeah, that might be Perfect Storm. Yeah.
All right, good. As long as y'all ain't coming around here, we're good. But people are fed. I'm hungry. Feed me. I got some Fat Boys pizza waiting for me in the refrigerator. Ooh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, just said 30 seconds.
How fat are they, buddy? How fat are they?
They're good. They're Brooklyn style is what they really are, but they make huge slices. They're large pizza. I can't even get in the back seat of my car without moving my seats all the way up.
Oh well. I don't like that woman.
Yeah, she's kind of annoying. She's not as bad as the Today Show ladies. God, those two annoy the hell out of me.
Well, I got you on here. Since Fox is on the downflow, what's the best news outlet to watch news?
My particular favorite is None.
None.
Yeah. I get most of it when I turn on my browser to look for something. The first page comes up. It's Google. It has little I guess what you can call clickbait news stories and things that I'm interested in. If there's something interesting, I'll click on it.
What is this?
Yeah, I can't watch the news.
Oh, that's when
like
he was dedicating the library to John McClane.
So he's warning us about himself. Well, that's a good policy, I suppose.
And you're so full of shit. Nobody believes you.
Yeah.
So is this where you get your news from, Joe?
No, this is just for everybody else.
Where do you get yours at?
Usually I get mine overseas, BBC.
That Australian network's pretty good.
It's I use just 5 or 6 networks I'll check out and see, because you can't do the big 5 anymore because they're pretty much all got the same bullshit on.
Yeah, PBS
Except
used to be okay, but then after COVID, they flipped.
Republican. Yeah.
I can't read that. That's okay.
Yep. So,
Nice.
oh, people, the things we have to go to these days to live in America. Night Stalker MH-60 Blackhawk spotted in blue camouflage. Ooh.
Nice. So that's a Navy Halo now.
I mean, now explain to me, please, what the blue camouflage does. Is that only at night, or is that a daytime?
I don't know, but at night you won't see that biatch. That's for sure. I don't know what it does in the daytime.
It looks like the Navy BDUs. That's why I asked. I mean, the new Navy BDUs look like that.
Because it might be a Navy plane. What is this one? Biden's aides under scrutiny over handling of classified documents. It always seems to be some BS going on. Jackie, if you pay attention as we're going through, you'll notice these articles. Usually I'll tell them. See, that last one was Financial World, The Drive. You're going to see different names, Past Chronicles. There's just different ones, and I'll hear this is the Atlantic. You'll notice, and you can tell by who it is, like the Huffington Post. When you see Huffington Post, you already know it's going to be hardcore liberal. It's going to be some kind of crazy hardcore liberal, actually. And when you see Fox, you know it's going to be conservative. You see NBC, ABC. NBC, you also know it's going to be liberal. ABC and CB and CNN and CBS, sometimes you'll see something more than just liberal, but not often. That's a lot of that. Tropical Storm, we just heard about them. What is this? Meatvault, the world's first indoor-outdoor pizza oven.
Oh, shit. Look at the size of that.
I know. That could be cool.
I don't have the counter space for it, but I want it.
It don't look like it's that big. Huh.
I don't know. That on my screen, it looks huge on the counter, but I still have limited space anyway, but I want it.
Georgia judge smacks down Trump. Lawyers claim that he's immune from prosecution. I don't know what's going to go on with this.
I don't think that's going to go through. Not in Georgia.
Well, Iran forces. Wait, what is this? Iran forces amid laser at American military helicopter. U.S. says. Oh,
so they must have flown a helicopter too close to one of our boats, and we pointed a laser gun at them.
No, they pointed the laser at us.
Oh, they did.
Yeah. Oh yeah, lasers are on the rise, man. They're becoming more and more advanced.
Yep.
Look at this.
It's funny how you don't hear nothing about Maui anymore.
Yeah, well, because Maui's on its way out. It's here's the flying car we were talking about earlier.
Yesterday's news.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is. Web Telescope finds key ingredients for life on Jupiter's moon Europa.
Yeah, I read something about that last week. Yeah,
this stuff's good. Not just they found in a couple other worlds. It's looking like life is going to become much more the norm than the ad norm, but
it's much more prolific than scientists currently think.
Yeah, let's see. Group of homeless people sues Portland, Oregon over new daytime camping ban. Whatever.
Ukraine, they want you to get a job. I mean, come on.
Let's go. Ukraine soldiers heartened by delivery of U.S. Abrams tanks.
Nice.
They're giving the junky tanks.
Yeah, it's a junky type.
Yeah, but it's hot for them. It's high tech stuff, man.
Let's see. It's not telling you. See the little packs. Those are exploding packs. Abrams. It doesn't say what kind it is. Man, these things look like the junk, man. What do we do?
That's probably not even an A1.
Oh, well. No, I mean, see, this is my problem with all of this. If we start giving them really good stuff, then I feel like the Russians have a bitch then to attack us or one of us. So when Lizinski went down to, where was it, Serbia, and attacked those people from that private army with our equipment, that made me feel like, okay, well, he's going to attack people in another country. That means Russia could go to like Poland or somewhere like that and attack.
They could spark off World War III, no question.
So I mean, we got to really think about what we're letting this idiot do.
It's like giving two kids that are playing with fire 2 gallons of gasoline and see who burns up first.
Oh, what is Yeltsin doing now? Yellen says it's vital to avoid dangerous and unnecessary government shutdown. I already knew that was going to be. Russian power substation hit in the latest Ukrainian drone wave attack. Drones are fighting half this war. AI. I'm not trusting AI when it comes to.
Yeah, we've already discovered it. We found it on Mars, Europa.
Yeah,
we know it's on Venus. Come on. Story.
So they got an underwater drone now. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit, man, that's not good. This right here, guys. Where am I? I think I'm on MSN. Let me see. I'm not sure where I'm at. No, I'm on Microsoft. Yeah. Well, you can go to Yahoo News. Yahoo's got news. I mean, all of these. See, I use the ones that don't do like a particular thing. So these are all using different articles, different from different places. They're not like all Yahoo News or all NBC News. Here's politics. What is that? Jezebel. Well, who the hell is that?
I heard of that before.
Yeah, I have too. But and then, as you go through, you'll see there's the blast. It's just USA Today, the War Zone. They all have different ones. Wow, 200 person. That's crazy. Game of Glam. Yeah, Fox News. She Knows. Okay, Trump. Why are you in She Knows? That scares me. Are you coming out as transvestite, Trump? I just want to know. Whoopi Goldberg saves the View after Matthew McConaughey and Joy Byrne. I guess they got into. Well, he's a conservative.
Yeah, and she's not.
And she's not. Joy's a fucking idiot, is what Joy is.
Yes, she is.
She is the most uneducated moron I've ever seen. Why anybody would put her on TV just shows they just don't give a shit what's on television. Woman finds 25,000 hidden treasure after 51-day search. Wow, that's cool.
I saw that. She got 20 grand was in that chest.
Wow.
Damn. So this damn it ate 7 sea otters. Well, it was hungry.
Then his stomach burst. Ouch.
I don't know what was going on with that. There's just a lot of stuff. Well, a lot of this stuff is garbage, people. I mean, I don't even know what you want to read it for.
A lot of it's what they call clickbait. You click on it and it's all ads. You can barely read the damn article underneath the advertisements. It's
one of the jets that escorts Air Force. Oh, man, I was reading about the new Air Force One the other day. It is beastified.
Is this thing a fueler? Is that a fuel tank?
I don't know what this is. Some kind of radar jam.
That's radar up front for sure. Well, what is the rest of it? I mean, I bet you it's tanker too.
Well, it's definitely some kind of escort ship. Well, let's see if it tells us. It's definitely oh, it doesn't tell us. No, it doesn't tell us. Huh.
Well, there's the new Air Force One.
Yeah, it probably has to carry some fuel if it's hanging around.
Yeah, I would imagine so. It's not a one-off. It's got more than one purpose.
But you see a lot more Trump over here on Yahoo News. They got Reuters on there. I see.
Civil fraud trial.
Reuters hangs pretty lefty from time to time. I noticed. Let's get rid of
that. Wrong button.
So everybody, when I got a couple minutes,
getting a little. Hey, Christopher, he's getting a little click happy over there.
Yeah, but my show Into the Night is on Tuesday nights on UPR and Talk Radio, this station here, from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Tuesday nights. And this Tuesday coming up, I got my friend Jay McNichols. He's going to be my guest on the show Into the Night. So please, if you have some time, just come on over Tuesday night on UPR and Talk Radio, 105.3 New Orleans, 107.7 Mississippi, and come visit me and Jay. That'd be pretty cool. So how was your show tonight, Jay?
Wham was on tonight, so I wasn't on Jeff's show tonight. Next week I'll be on. I think I'll be on for the next 3 after this Friday. So we got a couple of cool guests coming up. Halloween themes. It's Halloween month, so we're doing Halloween stuff.
That's what I'm going to start doing since it is October, to do a lot of Halloween things. I like to know. For me, what I've been looking at, how other countries celebrate Halloween.
There's a lot of different traditions,
and the so-called scary monsters or whatever they have. I keep hearing the Baba Yaga, whatever.
Yeah, that's Russia. Baba Yaga, and her magical dancing hut. She had a hut that still like a stilted hut, stood on chicken legs, and then when she needed to, she could make it run through the forest to another location. Very scary creature.
Shit, I didn't even see this chat open. Damn, sorry guys. Hey love, how you doing? Hey Christopher, how you doing? Sorry, I didn't know I had the other chats open. I didn't have this one open. Apologize for that. No, we got 20 minutes. Y'all got any questions? You got any good links? I can send them in. Who am I voting for? You mean who am I?
I don't even know who's going to be in the running yet. We got to wait.
I mean, I have not a clue who's going to be.
I can tell you who I'm not going to vote for.
Biden.
There you go.
I don't think most of the country is going to vote for Biden. I don't know.
You'd be a fool to do so. I mean, the gas prices over here are approaching $5 a gallon again. We were okay hovering in the mid $3.99, $3.89, $3.79.
I was watching an NBC poll. They had him 10 points. I mean, this guy's just been indicted by the ABC. by the New York judge, and he's 10 points ahead of Biden. 10 points. I was like, son of a biscuit eater, man.
These lawsuits against Trump are just boosting his
so real quick, I just brought up 538.com, their polls. Now, most of the time, he's almost always going to lean towards the Democrat, so they're not always correct. But so Rasmussen, let's see what it's got here. We're looking for this one says 49% approve, 49% disapprove on what? Oh, no, this is not even close. So you're not going to try see what I'm talking about? So if you go out and ask, if you go out yourself and just go ask at any mall, you're going to find this is a much different rate. And NBC, ABC, and CBS are showing us a different rate too. So Rasmussen is trying to hold up the Democrats on this. There's no way only 49% disapprove of Biden, who can't even walk up with the effing thing.
Yeah, what's the plus minus error rate? I'll bet you it's like 15.
None. There's none.
Zero? Zero error rate? Bullshit.
Yeah. So right now on DeSantis, Trump is 51 points ahead and 52 points ahead, and then this one he's 42 points ahead.
Where's Kennedy falling in all that?
Well, we'll
Third,
see.
Fourth?
I haven't seen him down here, and they're showing he is. So this one's trying to say that this one, what is this one? Public policy polling. This is Save My Country Action Fund. This one's saying that Biden's 48 and Trump's 44. I have seen no real polls that show Biden ahead anymore. So, and this is Christie. We could give a shit less about Christie.
Why is he even running? I mean,
because he's a donut boy. He wants some free donuts.
Governor Christie again?
Yeah. So on the economy, 55. So they're saying 42% of people approve on Biden's economy. Do you believe that? Does anyone believe that?
Who enjoys paying $5 for a gallon of gas for 6 months?
Saying,
come on.
It's saying 55% disapprove. And then they've got, so it's 13 plus 13. Another one says, economy says 40% approve, 55 disapprove. Pretty much everything on here for Biden is a disapproval of between 52 and 55%. But they're still trying to say that 40% of people are still saying Biden's doing a good job. I want to meet these people because I can't find anybody.
Show me where he's doing a good job. I mean, maybe we're missing something.
Public policy polling, Save My Country Action Fund, Biden 48, Trump 44, Biden 48, Trump 45. By the way, these organizations we're talking about are all liberal organizations, by the way. U.gov is very hardcore liberal, 45.40. Economist, 39.38. Oh, wait, Trump's actually ahead here, 40, 30. Oh, he's actually ahead of all. I'm sorry, no, he's all ahead of all the rest of them. McMullen and Associates have Trump, Biden 36, Trump 40, Biden 38, Trump 43, Biden 41, Trump 48, Biden 43, Trump 47. So Biden, Kennedy's pulling 15% at the moment.
I'd like to see him be vice president along with Trump. I really would.
It's not beyond the realm of possibility. Economy rating. So the favorable rating for now remember the numbers we just heard up top where they were saying, Biden 42, 44 on the economy. So the economy rating overall by the country, favorable rating is 24%. That's 60% unfavorable. That's 30% over the rate, 36% over the rate. 60% of America is saying it's unfavorable. 24% are saying it is. So this 24% and this 22% are rich people.
Yeah,
people probably making more than
completely
$500,000.
Uninformed.
Yeah, because if you're making $500,000 or more a year, high gas prices are not gonna bother you.
$20 gallon bottle of milk is not going to bother you. Will me.
So unfavorable ratings through the roof. Another one on the economy. This is 40 say it's favorable, 59 say it's not. 42 say it is, 55 says it's not. 41 says it is, 55 says it's not. 44 says it is, 54 says it's not. 41, 56, 43, 52. So once we started going down the list, there is no more where Biden is showing anything. I mean, all of this, even if you want to say it's a 40%, which I'm highly doubting, there's no way. The ones we've seen, the other ones, at 24% is probably closer to the truth. This is 36%, 43%. He's just getting his ass handed to him everywhere. Well, it needs to be. And here we go. Finally, American majority, these are the people who kept going on his side, are now saying approve of Biden, 43%, 57% disapprove, 52% disapprove, 55% disapprove, 55% disapprove.
Good.
38, 39, 37 approve.
So all the negative polls for Biden are at the bottom of that page, and all the ones that are pro Biden are at the top. So clearly, we know where their loyalties lie.
Gallup, it's got 40% approving, 58% disapproving. At this point, I don't know how any Democrat could win. I mean, the only way you're winning if you're a Democrat right now is if you're cheating. There's no
or you're the only one on the ticket.
Oh yeah, you're the only one on the ticket. It's
if you're the only Democratic judge in your region, you're getting in.
Guys, let me ask you guys this question. He's got a question. Do you think they're going to be a lot more observant at the polls this time around?
I think they are.
I think there's going to be a lot more security, and I think hopefully, last year or a couple years ago, whatever it was, we had our most recent one. They actually carded me. The proctor at the gate who had my form carded me, and I was like, thank you so much. I hope they do more of that. That would be fantastic.
When I voted down there, the last presidency one, they looked at my driver's license too.
Yeah, because we were both in Pennsylvania. So my buddy who lives up the street in Chambersburg, only like a half an hour away, he said they didn't card him last year, but I think they do it all throughout the state. I think it's mandatory.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Democrats are counting on, they're already calling Michigan and Minnesota and Virginia.
They're calling which states they're going to win. We
New
haven't even started the
Mexico.
election process yet. Come on.
So right now they're saying that the Republicans have 235 electoral votes and the Democrats have 241 electoral votes. And there's only a handful of states up for grabs: Arizona, Nevada, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. Those are the ones.
Pennsylvania's in there. So it flips over because we went blue last time.
Yeah,
that wasn't fun.
But the first time Trump ran, Michigan and Minnesota went red. So I don't know. They got to figure that out.
Yeah, Maryland almost went red from the early beginnings. The middle of the state was turning red all over the place.
Yeah, so Arizona will probably go red, so that'll put them at 46. But that still leaves them. They got to get 270. I don't know if it's going to be as close as they think it is. There's a couple of these blue states, and you know what? People don't realize this, but New York, 44% of New York voted for Trump last time.
They probably cheated too.
Yeah,
you know. So
probably about it.
What's that? No, guys, we're getting ready to get out of here. Why? That's the thing. When you look at polls, it polls, you know, if you type in election polls, you're going to get all kind of different polls. Now, we own the American Polling Company, so we'll start polling, but we don't usually start polling this early. We usually wait until we get a little closer to the election, till some of this crap clears out, and then we'll start doing it.
Yeah, once it dies down, you get better data.
Not McCartney, Cruz, and I can't think of the other one's name. Rand Paul and Cruz saying that Obama's the guy who's running the country. He's talking with Jill Biden. I mean, Jill Obama, Jill Biden, and they're running the country. I don't know. I'm not there.
And I guarantee it, my psychic abilities are telling me that she's having an affair with freaking our vice president's husband. I'm telling you. My psychic ability.
I don't know why he'd be wanting to mess with that old thing, but that's
I gotta go PG here because I could really go off and and that's the truth.
Current predictions and betting predictions currently have Donald Trump next president of the United States. Unless he goes to jail, he'll probably be the next president of the United States. Yeah,
and Chris just asked a question about that same thing. I think he's going to get out of these things. Most of it's the statute of limitations is up.
So there's a couple of things he can do, even if he's found guilty. And the only one he's really got to worry about is the Jan 6 thing. If he's found guilty of treason, he can't run it off.
Yeah, that's over.
But if he gets an appeal in front of the Supreme Court, they can overturn all these. They can simply say,
he can keep it stretched out to the election.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. He can get him peeled. So if it all goes to trial and next year, so he gets an appeal, he can run the appeal at past the trial dates. And then it doesn't matter. He can run and win and actually let himself off. But it won't matter. Most of it will be well out of the time left past. They won't be able to use it anymore. So, no, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't count him out is all I'm saying. And if he wins and does a good job, and DeSantis can keep his shit together in Florida, DeSantis could be the next president after Trump. DeSantis is pulling good. He's doing 26, 27, 28%, but that's nowhere near what Trump's pulling. So
yeah, but if they could settle their differences, DeSantis and Trump would be an almost impossible ticket to defeat.
No, yeah, they should run together.
Yeah.
Either that, or he should do Nikki Haley, or what's the black-headed chick that used to be the Democrat, Gabby or somebody, whatever her name is. She'd make a good VP. And a woman, a female VP would help him.
It would help his image a lot, but I don't think he's going to go. I don't think he's too arrogant to get a girl to work with him.
I'd go with Nikki Haley. She was an ambassador, so either Nikki Haley or DeSantis. I don't see anybody else that would make a good VP. That has a chance. You got to remember, we want them to take the next 8 years. So Kennedy's a Democrat. We don't want him taking the next 8 years.
Yeah, but Trump can't take the next 8. He can only take the next 4.
No, that's what I'm saying. Okay. Whoever his VP is can take the next 8. So they can be like Reagan and Bush and get 12 years out of the deal. And that way you have a lot. When you get 12 years as president, you can get a lot changed and a lot done. And if you do it right, which would have been, if it could have been right, it'd be 16 years. But in this case, they could get 12 years. And if he picked a really good VP, they could get even more.
We talked about it with Trump. If Trump and DeSantis can get together, they can go 4 years with Trump and then flip it to Trump's vice president and get DeSantis for 8.
No, I don't think he can be vice president. I think once you've been in the big office, you can't do nothing else.
You can't. Once you've been in there twice, you're done. You can be vice president as long as you want, many times as you want, but not president.
Carly, what do you got, Carly? No, like I just said, I don't know who I'm voting for. I don't know who's going to actually be there. It might be Kennedy DeSantis.
Yeah.
And in that case, I'm voting for DeSantis.
It might even shocker of all the shockers. It could be Clinton, Biden. You never know.
Or Obama, Michelle.
Well,
Yeah, Michelle Obama. Yeah, could be Michael Obama.
Well, I don't know now. I mean, when is the cutoff date for putting in your thing? I mean, it's got to be getting close.
It's if it's not soon, it's coming up.
Alexa, when is the cutoff date to become president?
From Stilt.com. The cutoff dates were January 1st, 2020, according to the bulletin.
So this would be January 1st of this coming year would be the cutoff date.
So that's the last chance they have to get in on the race.
And so that gives you that because it's not even a year then, is it? What is it? 7? No, it's 2023. So you still got a year and 7 months to run. So maybe it's 2024. I'll have to look it up. It's going to bug me until I find out what it is. Well, people, because you never know who's going to get in. I mean, because Governor Newsom might run. Alexa, how long before a presidential election you can put in your hat to be?
Election day will start in 1 month.
Alexa, cancel.
And 4 minutes.
Alexa, cancel. Thank you, dear.
Yeah, sometimes I have the Google speaker. Sometimes they can be annoying. They don't always get the questions right.
It's well, it's interesting. Damn, I got all kind of messages on this damn phone. It's hello, people of Earth. We have come for you. No, Jack's gonna get you. You ever heard of Jack Atlanta and Jack? See, y'all don't know what's been going on around here. That's all. Hell no, I'm scared, man. I don't know what you people talking about.
That's right.
It's Jack the Atlanta. I mean, like, it's son of a bitch. Oh man, I can't even speak tonight.
Yeah, Jack O'Lantern's not as scary as Jack of all trades.
It's
because he can disassemble your house.
Let's see. Somebody wants a picture of all of us, so hang on.
1 o'clock tomorrow, Joe, your time?
Well, oh yeah, Jay, if you want to come, we got a meeting tomorrow at 1 o'clock y'all's time. Yeah.
I got a buddy coming up from Montgomery County,
You don't
Maryland.
have
So
to be there.
if he's not here, I can pop in. But if not, I'll
1
be there in
o'clock your
spirit.
time, right, Joe?
I usually start calling everybody around 12:30 my time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
All
because it takes a little while to get everybody on and get everybody situated.
Yeah, you know us DJs, Sean. We're slow. Some of us have slow moving computers.
Hey guys, I gotta run. Good night. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, go on and get some rest because we out of here.
I'll see you Tuesday night.
Yeah, if I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you Tuesday.
We're out of here in just a few minutes. You know what? Let me try this. Hold on. What was that, Clara? No, we don't. Hold on a second. No. Y'all are crazy people. No, I'm trying to send a friend a picture. They wanted to see what we look like when we're on air. Let me get Jay's bald head up in there. And there we go. And now they can see
series and stuff. That was my DJ face.
I know. Well, people are always asking me that. I'm like, well, go see us online. And they're like, what?
How do I do that?
Yes, it's not that complicated.
So many ways to see us on the internet.
No, these are.
We're on Roku.
Yes, you can see us on your television. You can see our lovely, beautiful faces on TV. Why do I need to try my Face ID? No, I'm not nowhere around my phone. Again, I don't know who I'm voting for yet. I'll know next year. So I mean, we still got a year and what? It's 11 months. A year and 10 months. I'm sorry, we got a year and 10 months.
There's still so much BS going on for who's going to be this and who's going to be that. We're not going to know till like the last minute. I don't think.
I don't know, guys. We could find out, I imagine. But I mean, anytime I see 40% on Biden, oh yeah, 40% of America thinks Biden is doing a great job. I mean, really, 40 y'all people write to me, okay? Y'all know I'm a centralist because I voted Democrat. I voted for Bill Clinton. I liked Bill. I even voted for Obama once, but I mean once. No, the second time I could not do it in good faith. I gave him a break, like everybody did. Say, hey, maybe. And then after 4 years, I was like, this guy's an idiot.
Well, it wasn't soon. I mean, it didn't even take 4 years. It was just months in. You were like, oh, God, I think I voted the wrong way.
Let's see, for the... sorry, guys. Can't type and talk. If I do, I might say something I'm not supposed to. Well, you got to qualify. It's not like you can just become, you got to qualify to run for president. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to have like 50,000 signatures per state. And
okay, so the deadline to run for president for the 2024 ballot, that's the earliest filing was 2023. So I thought it said September 25th, but I'm going to make sure well, let me go back and see. Apparently, I lost whatever I was looking for. So let's go out.
Christopher brings up a good point. He's wondering what the odds are for president in Vegas. If Vegas has odds out, then that's pretty good. They're pretty good predictors at who's going to go to the next office, usually, if I'm not mistaken.
It says there is no formal national deadline to file to run for president of the United States. Instead, candidates must meet a variety of state specific filing requirements.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, this says September 25th, 2023. And I don't know. Some states may have a deadline. I don't know, guys. That's what we're trying to find.
There's got to be some cutoff point because, I mean, think about it. You can't like let's say the election's on November 2nd. You can't go like on November 1st. Go, oh, I'm in. How would you expect to win? I mean, there's got to be some sort of a proper cutoff date.
Gene, yeah, we were going over polls a little while ago. Oh, so wait, you sent me some more. Wait, let me see. Hold on. No, I'll get him. Republican nomination, yeah, Trump's plus 52. We already know all of this. Biden, Trump's plus 3 on the this is New York Post. New York Times, he's plus 1. Economist YouGov, Trump is plus 39. Oh, that's against DeSantis. Oh, Biden's plus 5 on economy.
What?
General Electric, Trump versus yep. Mm-hmm. Schiff. What is Schiff? Who gives a shit about Schiff? California, Trump versus Biden. Biden 57, Trump 26. Okay, and why did we? First off, why do we need to know that? And secondly, why didn't we already know that? These are all about. Morning Consultant, Biden's up by 1 point. Trump 42, Biden 43. These are general election polls, I guess, because it keeps saying general election.
How are they getting these general election polls? Are they asking people as they're coming out of like local polling?
Yeah, no, it's called the Morning Consultant, so I don't know who they are. But
it's like a street ambush. Who do you vote for?
No, more than likely, whatever they are, they look pretty liberal from what I've seen so far. General, this is Messenger Harris X. Trump 46, Biden 41. Let's see. This is what Kennedy. Kennedy's up here more. Oh, there's another person there, Wilmington too. But that's 22 points taken away from Biden. You've lost it. That's what's going on there.
We got a Ross Perot in the mix somewhere.
Let's see. ABC News Washington Post poll. Trump 39 over DeSantis. ABC News Washington Post poll. Trump 52, Biden 42. He's 10 points ahead. Biden must be crapping himself. DeSantis versus Biden. Biden is only 1 point ahead of DeSantis. That's bad, man. This one has Biden and Trump as a tie, and nobody's believing that.
Yeah, that can't be.
And Haley versus Biden. Nikki Haley's 5 points ahead of Biden. Oh, dude, you're in deep trouble. I mean, I don't even know what to think about you anymore. Now Biden's all the way ahead on all of these. Let's see. CNN, CHN. He's 12 points, 17 points, 17 points, 16 points, 29 points, 24 points, 13 points. Oh, wait, let's see who we're talking about here. Biden over Trump by 12 points. Biden over DeSantis by 17 points. 17 points over Rosemary, over Haley. Whatever, Trump. I mean, whatever poll. This is the 21st anyway, so this ain't even a good poll. Anyway, guys, we got to get out of here. Daddy-O is hungry. I've been doing radio makes me hungry. I want to eat. Oh no, I got lots of good food in my house. Yes. Well, I've been dieting, so I'm down. I've lost 16. I still got another 20, 25 I want to lose. Yeah, and then I'll be happy. Well, I got nice clothes and I like to fit in them good. You know how that is. Anyway, we got to go. I want to thank everyone for hanging out with us tonight on United Public Radio on News on the Flip Side. Be sure to hopefully Jay will be with us next weekend, and then y'all can all come hang out.
I'll be here next weekend.
Guys, we are looking for a female co-host for this show, by the way. So if you know someone or you're interested in yourself, you can write to me at icar@cox.net. Age, I would say like at least in their 30s up. Maybe like 38 now.
Cute and well-informed.
Yes. Well-informed is a big plus, and know both sides of your politics, because most of us are somewhere floating around the middle. And some may be, center right on or center left, but, still regardless, that's close to the middle. So you want to be somewhere up in that area so you're not getting attacked all the time and beat up and stuff. And you don't want to think the planet's flat either. Okay.
Yeah, no flat earthers, no Bigfoot. I think Bigfoot's from another dimensioners, those kind of.
Yes, we're doing real news, people. Yes,
realistic stuff.
Yes, well, it's real news, but no, opinionated is good. Oh yeah, you need to be opinionated on here. I mean, everybody in the show's got an ego, so you need to be opinionated. Yes, but again, we got to go. I thank everyone for tuning in to United Public Radio and News on the Flip Side. I hope y'all enjoyed Tom Woods tonight. On that note, good night, and we'll see y'all all next week. Good night, everybody.